What is going on, guys? Let me know if you can hear me. If you can't, then I will fix the microphone. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of get online today. We've been working in the studio for the last week, I guess, and I haven't been around in a while, and it's because Melinda and I have both been getting over this massive uh, illness that's been sweeping through the US. I don't know. She had the flu and I didn't have the flu, but I had like a sinus infection or something. And I've been, working on scripts and, kind of doing some B-roll, getting some video stuff going. But I wanted to get online and say everything's okay. We're still making videos. It's all good. I'm actually getting back in the saddle this week. I've got Star Wars Follies almost finished, and I've got the next episode of Who's the Doctor almost finished, and we're getting really close to doing space Legos and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. So, um, yeah, I'm not really sure. Um, I'm not really sure what's been going on with you guys, but yes, we're Funky FU 42. We are doing Robotech Part 2. It's going to be coming soon. I'm actually writing the script right now. But I wanted to get online and just say hi to everybody and see if you guys have any questions about anything like Robotech, for example. I'm just really just testing out the new live stream thing that YouTube's put together, and I'm also just trying to get reconnected with everybody. So, have I thought of doing a video about character options Doctor Who figures? Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's one of my announcements that I'm really excited about. I don't know if you guys know the YouTube channel Batman March, which is run by a guy named Matthew, who's a big Doctor Who action figure collector and reviewer. He's got a great channel. And he and I are collaborating on a video that we're going to do here on RetroBlasting about, our opinions on the definitive character options Doctor Who figures. So that'll be coming up here in the next month, I hope. I'm getting all the stuff right now. Let's see. The next Star Wars Follies in Dingo is coming real soon. That's gonna. I mean, I've already shot footage for it. I mean, it's almost there. I just have to shoot, my stuff and my voiceover and everything like that. But it's on the way. The Queen and Toy Collector, the Han figure. Yes. That is going to be a short review that's going to be coming real soon. Maybe before Star Wars Follies, maybe afterward. A very generous and talented toy customizer. Although it's not a custom, it's actually like a what do you call it? A fan-made action figure from the ground up sent me this, and I'll be giving more information in the review. So look for that. That'll be coming this week, actually. Dak 75. When will Broken Vader finally get his arms? Yeah, when he starts to behave himself. So, let's see. Brent Weaver, how about a Battle Beast review? As a matter of fact, I have my childhood Battle Beasts still with weapons. I don't have anything else. I just have a pair of them. It would be a while unless I can hook up with somebody who has an entire collection. It's going to be a while before I do a full-on Battle Beasts collection, but it's not off my radar. Let's see. What's your favorite Kubrick film? My favorite Kubrick film, gosh, it's got to be really 2001. Although I really do like Full Metal Jacket. That's a very powerful movie, but I think 2001 edges out because it was so groundbreaking and it's still so impressive to watch today. So yeah, 2001 is probably my favorite. Let's see. Yes, Jesse, I know about Toy Base 10 in Oklahoma. Yeah, great store. Been there actually. Just amazing toy store. Retro Wrestling Games recently picked up the Black Major from UK Action Force. I haven't gotten into Black Major stuff yet. Don't know much about it aside from that he makes these awesome figures. Or no, wait, you're talking about the actual Black Major from the original UK Action Force, I assume. I love Action Force. I've got the Stalker and the SAS Panther. I've got Quarrel. I really love that line. Let's see. Least favorite doctor. If I said Matt Smith, would I get beaten up? It's hard to say. I mean, they all bring something to the table. But yeah, as a matter of fact, Lucas, I will be trying to build a TARDIS interior for the Fourth Doctor. There's a good friend of mine named Benjamin who's a great customizer, and we're going to be working on. He's already building one for himself, and I'm trying to get the plans from him. Travis, love to see more G.I. Joe. Anything coming? Yes, there is more G.I. Joe stuff coming, including a big restoration of the Terrordrome. Andy, how did you manage to save so many of your childhood toys? That's because my mother, her stepfather burned all of her toys in the front yard when she was at school, when she was a child. And she told herself that she would never force her children in the future to give their toys away or sell them in a garage sale. And so I only had to sell I was allowed to sell the ones I wanted and keep anything else that I didn't want to sell. And I did sell a few things. I actually sold my Hot Wheels Stow and Go, and I sold my Knight Rider kit, Knight Rider 2000 kit car. That was a big hit for me. Hey, greetings from US. It's nice to see someone here from Denmark. Yes, George, we are going to do Micronauts at some point. It's just a matter of me getting them. Dragon 480 or Drago 480. I do not have any tiger sharks. They're expensive because they didn't last long. Yeah, that's why they languished on clearance shelves and clearance pegs and then disappeared, and now they're worth a fortune. And it's weird too because you can't even get the whole series anymore because even the animated show has gotten lost. Certain episodes like Doctor Who are just missing. Drew, I didn't get the pictures of the custom Ghostbuster Firehouse and NECA figures. Please send it again. Favorite Star Trek original series episodes: Arena, love that one because of the Gorn. I really love the one Taste of Armageddon, where they have to fight that society that has a virtual war. Love that one. Gosh, there's so many good TOS Star Trek episodes. It's really hard to say. Melinda actually likes Spock's brain and laughs at me every time she says it because she knows it makes me angry. Let's see. Best Kenner Star Wars related memory. Probably that first Chewbacca, although finally finding Bespin Luke was a big deal for me. Yes, Andy, thanks. My mom, yeah, she's pretty cool. Let's see. Got to scroll up here for a minute. What happened to your Rock Lords rant you had planned for 2012 after the Transformers review? Well, that was more of a joke than anything else, although we will be doing a Rock Lords video. We'll be doing it after we do GoBots. I decided I didn't want to talk about Rock Lords before GoBots because GoBots leads into Rock Lords, so it's a whole thing. Action figure expert. No, I did not get Jabba's sail barge. Like I said, I was not going to pay Hasbro a Kickstarter to get a toy from them. They're a $4 billion company at market value. They don't need to be kickstarting toys in a subscription paywall. That's just ridiculous. Let's see. Let's see. You have a Stormtrooper Han Solo War Party mail-in offer from 1995 with the Fruit Loops. Yep. I have that one as well. I got that in Fruit Loops as a kid. Curfews, I'm sure there's someone out there that has Big Jim. I would love to have some Big Jim stuff myself. But one day I shall, and I shall talk about it on the channel. DW Dumphy, is what working? Are you trying to ask a question? Ask it again. Let's see. What do I think about the film Forbidden Planet? I love it. I've got it on Blu-ray. It's awesome. Let's see. What is your favorite Doctor Who episode? Probably Ark in Space, although I do love Pyramids of Mars, and although some people have attacked me for it good-naturedly, I do like Planet of Evil. I really like Planet of Evil. I just do. Let's see. Dean, no, I don't have all the Inhumanoids, but our good friend Matt Swafford has let me borrow his collection. So I will be doing Inhumanoids within the first half of the year. So you'll be seeing the Inhumanoids features at some point as well. The next live stream is going to be in October. Or sorry, sorry, I got your name mixed up with my answer. The next live stream is going to be in April. Octave Fuzz. Can't pronounce that, but the next live stream is in April. Let's see. What do you think would be Hasbro's best course of action leading on the Star Wars line? I think for now their best course of action would be to start trying to push playsets and vehicles again, making an integrated toy universe right now, and also work on their prices, because right now their prices are ridiculous, and their distribution. You can't find anything, and when you do find it, it's overpriced and junk. So figures and vehicles and playsets, and better distribution and more volume. Let's see. Who's your favorite film composer? Oh gosh. I love John Barry. I do love John Williams, Jerry Goldsmith. James Horner recycles too much of his music, note for note. Yeah, I think John Barry is one of my unsung heroes of scoring, of movie scoring. But I also love some of the really classic guys like Elmer Bernstein and people like that. Dak, yes, RetroBlasting does go to conventions. We go to Dragon Con every year. You can watch all of our presentations at all the conventions we've done right here on the YouTube channel. For all of you out there, I've noticed that there's a trend among people who are on YouTube. They don't go to the channel pages and search the video libraries of the channels they like. They just wait for YouTube to pop things up in the recommended settings on the side. Please go to the channel page and look through our stuff. Don't just wait for YouTube to give you something, because then you're never going to find stuff and you're never going to know what we've done. And that goes for any channel that you like. Please go to their channel page, click the notification bell, do all that stuff. That helps you find out, more about their content and our content. Let's see. There will be a Doctor Who live stream part 3. Yes, there will be, Night of Ren. What is Hasbro? Let's see. Hold on. Let me go back up here. Next Dreamland episode. They're working on it right now, Zero Cool. The next Dreamland episode is coming. They were working on it yesterday. Aaron and Melinda were working on it upstairs. I can't tell you what it is because I promised secrecy. Who is the best Bond, and what is your favorite film? Well, I love all the Bonds as far as the actors are concerned, but my favorite Bond of all time is The Living Daylights, because I love the setting. I love the story. Not Joe Don Baker, but the rest of the story. And I love that car. I think it's just the most awesome Aston Martin that's ever been made. Let's see. And I love Timothy Dalton's performance as Bond. Totally underrated. When will you review Kenner Darth Vader Star Destroyer playset? The Darth Vader Star Destroyer playset will be reviewed this year. Promise it will be. Why does Hasbro not own the full rights to Inhumanoids anymore? I didn't know they didn't. That's interesting. I don't know who owns the rights then. Maybe they were pitched by somebody else. Hot. I do keep the toys that I restore, unless they're childhood originals that somebody sent to me for help, and then I send them back, as you've seen in the videos. So yeah, if you don't see me say I'm sending this back to somebody, then after a restoration, then I'm keeping it for myself, or it was already mine. If you hear me at the end say I'm sending it out, then I'm sending it back out to the person who owned it. Let's see. I just bought a Minty Endor Leia. Where did you get your Stormtrooper Han? That answer will be coming up in a video this week. So you will find out this week where I got this Stormtrooper Han. Let's see. Not to mention, sorry, these questions are coming in fast. Did you attend Great Atlanta Toy Show last week? I wasn't. I couldn't. I was a best man in a wedding. I didn't get to Toylanta this year, and that was a bummer. Let's see. They did make a toy line for cops. I have all of the action figures for that. I don't have all the vehicles. Let's see here. Yes, we are planning to go to Dragon Con this year if we can make it work, because we have a 2-week trip to England that's planned soon after that. And so we don't know if the timing's going to work out, but we will keep you posted. Let's see. Any toys that caught your eye from New York Toy Fair? It was very retro, vintage. I'm really looking forward to, thank you, Rudy, for asking that. I'm really looking forward to the new Soul of Chogokin Die Rugger vehicle Voltron. I think that's going to be sweet. So I'm really looking forward to that, to go with my Soul of Chogokin Golion. What do you think of Star Wars Episode 9 so far? Do you think it'll be as good as The Empire Strikes Back? Look, there's no way to predict that kind of thing. I mean, Empire Strikes Back is a classic, like 2001, like Lawrence of Arabia. So it's really hard to say, oh, this next movie that's coming out now with all the corporatized politics of Hollywood could even come close to something like that. You also have to remember that Empire Strikes Back was an independently funded movie. George Lucas took the risk himself to do that, so he didn't have as many creative constraints aside from arguing with Gary Kurtz and Irvin Kershner. So Honestly, no, I don't think episode 9 is going to be anything close to The Empire Strikes Back. Especially not given that it has no story to roll off of at this point. Let's see. John Barry is my favorite. Living Daylights, yes. View to a Kill, Somewhere in Time. Also, Gene, if you like John Barry, check out High Road to China. That soundtrack is amazing. Will I ever do anything on Power? Are you talking about Captain Power or Power Lords? Don't know. I will eventually do both. Not sure when I'm going to get around to those. I need to get the Captain Power base first. Let's see. What do you think of the news that there will be a Time Bandit series? Well, they're making series about everything at this point on Netflix, so it's not surprising. Let's just hope that it does the original justice. Why has there never been a full-fledged toy line for Back to the Future? Probably due to the fact that maybe there was a likeness rights problem. You notice when Funko Reaction came out with the Back to the Future action figures, they didn't put the actors on the card backs. There must be a likeness issue tied up in there, although Hot Toys got around it. But it's too far gone now. We're too far out from Back to the Future for them to do a full-fledged commemorative toy line. They're just going to do signature pieces at this point. The DeLorean, Marty in the vest, that kind of thing. Let's see. The channel name Knights of Ren of the character options figure reviewer is Batman March, all one word. Batman March, run by a great guy named Matthew. Check him out. He's cool. Do you think, let's see. Did you get the Lego spaceship originally? This particular spaceship I lived next to, which got me into Lego space, but I always dreamed about the Galaxy Explorer because it wasn't available. It was the next door neighbor's kid was older than me, so I always wanted this. So I've cobbled this together from Bricklink and other places. I bought a lot of parts for it, but unfortunately it was missing parts. So then I grabbed the rest of the parts. Let's see. Thank you. Oh, Dave, it's good to see you, man. Thank you for the well wishes. I appreciate that. Any Star Wars Black Series follies? Well, there might be. We've acquired a few Black Series as gifts from some friends, so there might be one. Yeah, don't count it out. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Let's see. Monday Modern Musings. Well, there will be some more Modern Musings coming up. So yeah, there will be more in that series as well. I never had the original Darkwing Duck figures. Are there any toy lines you don't want in your collection? Well, honestly, Max Impact, I don't like Cops. I don't mean that I don't like the show. The animated show. I won't give my opinion until I do the feature review. But I'm not saying I dislike the show Cops. I just find those action figures to be really ugly and unfortunate as display pieces. So I'm not a real big fan of Hasbro's Cops. Let's see. But I do have them right now, so I can do a video on them at some point. Flashbender, Dino Riders, you are a sadist because I only own a few from various donations. They're very fragile. They're very hard to get in unbroken condition. They're extremely hard to get in working condition, and they are extremely, extremely expensive. So at some point, what I'd like to do is find someone who has an entire Dino Riders loose collection and go visit them and do the RetroBlasting feature on Dino Riders from their collection display, like from their retro basement or retro room or whatever it is. That's what I'd like to do because I didn't have any growing up, and trying to get into that world is just scary. I mean, it's as scary as trying to get an intact Bravestar 3030. Let's see. Hey, Dashi, I haven't reviewed the Hasbro Sail Barge yet. Hoping to do so at some point, but I did not buy it because of my thoughts that you saw in my original video. But I won't rule out eventually looking at it and reviewing it at some point. Let's see. Is there a non-US toy line you would like to see released in the US? Yes, Eric. I would love to see some more Action Man related stuff released in the US, even if it's re-released stuff. Action Man, the UK 12-inch GI Joe, they just had some great stuff in that line, and it's a shame that it was never sold over here. But that's just because the American market had its own ideas of what it wanted to sell. Hasbro wanted to push its own military idea, but Action Man, I thought, was just inspired. Let's see. Do I like Hot Toy Star Wars? Yes. I mean, I think they're very impressive. I don't own any of them because they're more like adult statue sculptures. I don't buy into a lot of high end statue and action doll stuff. I just don't. I like things I can really interact with and not worry if I'm. I love the quality, but if I got into those, there wouldn't be a RetroBlasting because there'd be no money to do anything. I have discussed putting my toys in a museum at some point. Melinda and I just kind of talked about it originally. Like they talked about it every now and then. We've just kind of bandied it around, but nothing serious. I don't know if there'd really be any interest in a RetroBlasting toy museum. So let's see. There was a short toy line for the miniseries V, and it was very short-lived. I think they only ended up coming out with a 12-inch doll, and that was it. Let's see. Am I going to get the 1999 Lego Snow Speeder? Is that the big sort of epic scale one, kind of like the Millennium Falcon one? No, I'm not. Like I said, I'm trying not to go down the Lego rabbit hole too much. I'm trying to get just enough to do the classic space feature that I want to do because I grew up with those. And then I'm generally out unless I just do something for fun. Yes, Clan Grimshaw, I will do Kenner's Jurassic Park at some point in the future. Yes, I will. That is on my radar. Yeah, it's good to see you again too, Jose. Thank you for being here. Let's see. I'm trying to get through these questions as fast as possible, so I apologize if I'm way behind. How about Pro Custom's unreleased droid figures? I'd love to see them. I'd love to see pictures of them. I'll look them up after this live stream. Don't know much about them, but I'd love to see them. Let's see. Do you collect NECA figures? I don't collect NECA figures as a rule. I like them. I wanted the Rambo ones. I didn't get them. I wanted the comic book Ninja Turtles ones. Didn't get them. Let's see. I like 6-inch G.I. Joes. Again, that's like a whole world, like Big Jim and Action Man. I actually have more Action Man than I do, 12-inch. I actually have more Action Man than I do 12-inch G.I. Joe. 12-inch G.I. Joe, I have none. I have a few Action Man pieces. So it's not outside the realm of possibility that I will do a classic 12-inch G.I. Joe video at some point. Retro wrestling games. Yes, and sorry for burping into the microphone. If they made a new G.I. Joe movie, should it take place in the 80s? Yes. Yes, it should. Let's see. Do you have anything from the UK 70s TV show UFO? I do not. Favorite Transformer character? That's hard. I love Wheeljack. I love Cliff Jumper. I love Optimus Prime. I love, let's see. Everybody loves Grimlock for obvious reasons because he's awesome. And I really like Skywarp. Let's see. Let's see. Can I do more Indiana Jones figures? Well, the problem is that I've done all of them. Unless I do the Hasbro ones from 2008, there aren't any left to do. I literally showed you every single vintage Indiana Jones figure there is in my Indiana Jones video. So, yeah, and I'm not up for doing reruns. So unless I do the modern stuff, I probably won't be doing any more Indiana Jones stuff because the vintage stuff, I did it all. Let's see. Ever think of doing a flashback on retro gaming? Like Atari, Intellivision, and Coleco? Well, John, I actually have my original childhood Vectrex. We do have an Atari 2600 with about 200 games, and I have my original Nintendo. But you're talking old school, like Vectrex Atari stuff. Yeah, I could probably do something like that at some point. Michael, please check my law. Yeah, your wife is really nice for letting you replace your old vintage Kenner toys. Good on her. Let's see. Would you ever collect the new Thundercats toys if they come out? No, Mega J, I probably won't. I just don't. Nah. I will be doing a Thundercats Redux feature here in the next few months. And I'm teaming up with Lio Convoy Reviews to do that. Thomas Guerra of Lio Convoy Reviews. That's his YouTube channel name. He's a huge Thundercats fan. and he and I have been collaborating on that, so that's going to be coming soon. That'll be a lot of fun. Let's see. Have you delved any further into classic Doctor Who beyond the Fourth Doctor? Absolutely, I have. I've watched First Doctor, Second Doctor, Third Doctor, Fourth, Fifth, Sixth, Seventh, Eighth. I've watched all the new stuff for the most part. Yeah, I've gone full bore into Doctor Who. Do you have the MC Toys transforming robots? I don't. No, I don't have those. Let's see. Are you going to do Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at Disney theme parks? Maybe in 6-7 years when the crowds die down and I go on a Thursday, like in the middle of winter. Yeah. But right now, no. And I'm really not feeling like giving Disney theme parks a lot of any money right now. Let's see. I'm not really a big theme park guy. I like going to historical places, like, Omaha Beach or, a medieval castle or, something that where something actually happened. I'm not really a big theme park person. How do you feel about repro parts used in toy restoration? Again, I think Toy Polloi, I think that guy's a genius. Dave Moss is a genius. And what he does is brave, and I wish I had his skill. I have nothing but respect for Dave Moss. That being said, while I don't worry about repros, I don't go after them. Like I'm not somebody that runs out trying to get repros instead of original stuff. I try to collect original stuff as much as I can. I point out, useful repros when they exist, like for the Buck Rogers Starfighter, things like that. But no, I don't mind it when someone else does it. I don't worry about what other people do in the toy space. I don't try and say, oh, let's burn down all the repro people. Or, I got better things to do with my time than control other people's behavior. And anybody that gets caught up in that little, tornado, I don't know what to tell them. I mean, they need to go find something useful to do. Let's see. Are there any figures you really wanted when you were younger that you never had? Yeah, I mean, I kind of have them all now at this point, since I've been collecting for the last 6 or 7 years. But yeah, like when I was a kid, there were certain GI Joes I never had, like Cobra Commander and Destro, like the original faceplate Cobra Commander. I never had him, so getting them was a big deal. But yeah, I don't have any wants right now. Yes, I will do a Star Wars Follies on the Ewoks cartoon at some point. That will be coming down the line. Let's see. Whereabouts in England will you be visiting? You should visit Scotland instead. God's country. Get some whiskey. Yeah, no, I'm a big fan of Scotland. I grew up in England and I visited Scotland several times. This time we're going back and we're doing sort of a southeasternly to the southwest and then up to York. We're kind of going from Dover all the way around, hitting Cornwall. Then we're going up through Wales and then we're hitting York. But we're starting the trip with a seminal moment for my life. I'm taking a ride in a Spitfire. So we had to do that, and that factored into everything. So maybe next time I'll come back and visit Scotland, but I have been there before. Awesome place. Let's see. Favorite Instagram accounts or YouTube channels? Yeah. My favorite Instagram account, I hate to admit this because, but I think it's funny, is Paperback Paradise. I think those photoshops of old 70s and 80s young adult novels is hilarious to me. It's not safe for children and it's not safe for work. Just letting you know now. But I thought that was I think that's a really funny Instagram account. As far as other Instagrammers, I just follow toy collectors, and Melinda has followed some cats. She follows some cat Instagrams. I did watch Chips. I know there were a few toys, but I haven't gotten them yet. I think they were Mego, I believe. Yeah, Impossible Pie. I just talked about that. I was really excited to see that Sola Chigokin is doing a Die Rugger, so I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah, I will be getting that. Did I cry when Optimus died? No, I got angry, and I stopped collecting Transformers, and I lost all interest in them. I thought that movie at the time, as an 8-year-old, I remember, very palpably my anger at that film. Do I own that film? Yes. Have I reanalyzed it? Yes. What's my opinion? Still the same as it was when I was 8. So yeah, sometimes the ballsy decisions, they're ballsy, but that doesn't mean they're good. I mean, sometimes it's like, yeah, we made the brave choice, Oh, nobody liked it. Well, it was brave though, right? It's like, yeah, but that doesn't make it right. Let's see. What's your thought on Funko's He-Man style DC Savage World figures? Man of Action, I have an answer for you. Their quality control sucks. Those figures, the legs break off, the legs pop off in the package, everything's fragile and poorly made. I'm not a fan. I don't even know how they rooked Target into getting those in stores. Not a fan. Funko really needs to up their game with their quality control, and so does Super 7 for that matter. So both of those companies really need to step it up. They could kick Hasbro and Mattel in the teeth, but until they get those quality control things worked out, they're never gonna. Let's see. Are you going to do a Trendmasters Godzilla? Well, yeah, I've heard that there's some Godzillas that are pretty expensive, so I'd love to do a Godzilla special, though. I do not have any Fall Guy toys, Bosk's Bounty, but I would love to have that big diecast truck. Would you ever buy a Funko Pop figure? No. Both Coleco and Mattel were toy company making games. Even Nintendo was and still is a toy company. Don't know if that's a question or an answer. Greetings from Cameron. Just curious, what are your thoughts on the 90s Toy Biz Marvel figures? I like them. I collected them when I saw that they did Nightcrawler from the very beginning. I was really disappointed, though, that they didn't match their original wave to the Konami arcade game. And still to this day, nobody has done Dazzler from that arcade game. I mean, a big miss. If Hasbro doesn't do a X-Men arcade 6-pack of the X-Men, then I'm never going to buy into it. Same thing. They've never done a 6-inch Amazing Friends 3-pack. So I'm never going to buy into it. Like maybe what I'll do, probably the first 6-inch modern Marvel stuff I'm going to buy is going to be that 2-pack they announced of Peggy Carter and Captain America from World War II. That'll probably be the first thing I buy. Let's see. Are you getting on with your Doctor Who collection? Oh, how am I getting a Carl? It's out of control. My Doctor Who collection's out of control, and you're going to see it in this upcoming video collaboration I'm doing with Batman March. Yeah, I have to agree. Let's see. Have you seen the Iron Studios Dungeons and Dragons 110 figures from the cartoon? Yes, I've seen pictures of those. They look fairly interesting. Let's see. Yes, Doug, we will be doing a Fisher Price Adventure People review. No, it's not 270s. We will be doing it. Let's see. Hi, GB. Hi from Scotland. Nice to see you here. I think for Brent, I think for Masters of the Universe collectors, I think that a Snake Mountain is going to be great for them. Looks a lot better than the one that was sold in the 80s. It's not something I'm going to be getting into because the price point's really high, and I don't have hardly any of the Matty Collector Classics or the Super 7 Classics, so I don't need to be jumping into that pool. But I do like that line. I've heard that Super 7's had some real quality control problems with it, though, since they took it over. What's my view on Build-A-Figures? I mean, it's a sneaky way to try and get you to collect a bunch of unrelated stuff. Like when Black Panther came out, there was a Build-A-Figure for Okoye, and they gave like some of her parts to like the Namor and Daredevil figures or something, or Namor and Iron Man or something like that. And I was like, come on, you couldn't put out 3 more Black Panther related figures to put Okoye together. Like, I thought that was really weak. But when it works, it works. Like, when they did in the Doctor Who line, they did the K1 robot as a Build-A-Figure, and everything was related to Doctor Who. So that was cool. I know you could argue, well, everything's related to Marvel. It's like, yeah, but the Black Panther figures were movie related, so it's a little bit of a dodge. Let's see. Have you seen Jobby the Hawk? I think the problem with Build-A-Figures when done wrong, like Hasbro did with Black Panther, is they're trying to force you to buy other products that you otherwise wouldn't buy. And if you're going to do a Build-A-Figure, have some class and put the Build-A-Figure in with an entirely themed line that you want to collect. Yeah. Let's see. Cliffy, I didn't even know Ulysses 31 had toy prices. I assume they're from Asia, which means they'll probably be, super expensive. I'm not surprised that Hasbro is going to try and retro G.I. Joe like they did Star Wars. They're backpedaling so fast, it's embarrassing. Alex, yes, this is a custom Stormtrooper Han Solo and Stormtrooper disguise. I'll be talking about it this week in another video. Do you have any modern era GI Joes? Yes, I did a whole live stream on that 46 zone. You can go back and watch it. If you go to our YouTube channel page, you can go back through the live streams playlist and find it. And we do close-ups of all of them. You can see them all. Thanks for the response. Enjoy the Spitfire. I will, AWM. Thank you. Yeah, I would like to meet some fans in the UK while I'm there. I really would. I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. Haven't figured out how I'm going to do that yet. But I'd love to do it. So let's keep talking about it, because I would love to take some time out and meet some of my supporters and friends from the UK. UK is really close to my heart. Always will be. I haven't watched this channel since December. Since when did you like Doctor Who? Well, I did a live stream before December all about Doctor Who. So, you got to hit that notification bell and keep up. You got to go to the channel page and all that kind of stuff. We're talking about Doctor Who regularly now, so please do that. Yes, I've heard of Computer Warriors, John. Yes, Omega. I have Centurions. I will be doing a video about it. Ev Zeppelin. I am annoyed by Hasbro's pricing. I'm also annoyed with pretty much everything as it relates to Hasbro. Yes, I did watch Johnny Quest. I wasn't aware of any toys when I was growing up. Live stream for the Spitfire. I don't know. I mean, I know we're going to be taking some video footage of it for sure. Let's see how much thank you, D James. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. We are still alive and we are still here. How come modern animation is terrible? Part of it is trends in art style, and I think part of it is just, cheaping out. I mean, oh my gosh, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Steven. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. Love the work you and Melinda do at RetroBlasting. Was wondering how the work on the DeLorean is going. Melinda's father and his friend Rick are going to be looking at the DeLorean's engine to try and figure out why there's a fuel leak, and also reconfigure the carburation in it. So we are working on the DeLorean. We are working on it. Let's see. Yeah, I will be doing 90s X-Men figures. Let's see. Have you seen the Lanyard line that is like Joe meets Dino Riders? It's at Walmart. Yes, I have seen that. Pretty funny. What's bringing me to the UK is just vacation. I used to grow up there, I used to live there when I was adolescent and a teenager, and I want to go back. And so we're going back, and we're going to be there for 2 weeks. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be in September. Your thoughts on the new Java sail barge and HasLab? Yeah, I did a whole video about my thoughts on them releasing it, Juan. So I don't know if you saw that. Again, please go to the channel page, look for our stuff. Don't wait for YouTube to try and give it to you in recommended feed. But we may be doing a review of it. I don't own it. I didn't buy it. I'm not going to do that. But we have a few people offering to help us out with that. John asks, what is your feeling on the Toys That Made Us series? I mean, I haven't watched that much of it. A lot of people ask me about it. I haven't watched that much of it because I've been busy trying to get my own content done. I wish them success, and if they ever ask me to participate, then I will. I'm not opposed to it. I don't have any problem with their show, but I haven't had time to really watch a lot of it. I've been researching for videos that I've promised all of you guys. What are some of your favorite action figures of all time? Bestman Luke Skywalker from the vintage Kenner line is one. He's probably my ultimate favorite action figure. I also, of course, love Storm Shadow and Flash from G.I. Joe, the original Real American Hero line. Yes, Chris, I did see that G.I. Joeberg made a floating keel for their USS Flag. I certainly wouldn't do that myself, but those guys are awesomely nuts. Let's see. Oh, another French subscriber. Nice to see you. Let's see. Starcom and Bot Planets review. Starcom will be coming soon. Yes, Starcom will be coming soon. Next Robotech video, Clinton, is going to be soon. I've almost finished the script and I've watched the series, so it'll be soon. Don't worry. I am working on it. I was sick for quite a while. Let's see. Carl, I would take you up on that. I would take you up on going to all the RAF locations with you. Greetings from Belgium. Have fun in the UK. Are you familiar with Saint Seiya Knights of the Zodiac? Yes, I know those toys, though not well. Thunderbirds. Yeah, I would love to do Thunderbirds in Dingo. Would love to do Thunderbirds. Let's see. Also, have you seen the new 44th Super Sentai? Carl, have not seen that. Kylie Minogue action figures, comic book guy. Apparently, there were like 2 or 3 dolls that were released back in like the mid-aughts. I'm not really a Barbie style doll collector, so pass. I do have the Doctor Who Kylie Minogue figure as Astrid Peth from Voyage of the Damned. I have that in 2 versions, one with her apron and one without. So yeah, I have those. So I guess those count. And yes, I will be doing Karate Kid. I'm trying to get the Attack Alley and a few other pieces, the competition arena, things like that. I should talk about the fall of Star Wars. Well, Clan Grimshaw, I appreciate you saying that there's people out there that wouldn't be upset by my opinion on that. There's a lot of people talking about the fall of Star Wars right now from all types of perspectives. So I feel like I would be throwing my hat in the ring into static. So I'm gonna let them do that for now. And if it goes sideways, then maybe I'll jump in. But for now, I'll let everybody else kind of fight it out in social media. And in the meantime, I'm going to be just doing my thing over here. Let's see. Do you have any scale models and do you build them? Lucas, yes, I grew up building Airfix models. I was obsessed with flying fortresses. I've built a space shuttle. I've built Spitfires and Messerschmitts. I've built a Black Widow night fighter, night bomber. I've also got model kits stacked up over here that I want to build. I have the Polar Lights Star Trek Enterprise refit that I want to build. I've got the original commemorative, I think it's 25th anniversary Enterprise refit with the lighting kit. And I've got a few other flying fortresses that I want to build. So yeah, I would love to get back into model kit building, but it's just a matter of time. Holy cow. MX, thank you so much for the super chat. What is your opinion of Jurassic Park Kenner toys and the new Mattel ones? Fan from Mexico. Yeah, I think the Jurassic Park toys from Kenner. I did a video of the Mattel ones. So I'm telling everybody, if you are the type of person that passively waits for YouTube to recommend our videos to you, please don't do that. Please go to the channel page and look around in the library for the stuff that we've done, because YouTube's algorithms are messed up and they're not going to always just show you things. So we did a whole video on the Mattel Jurassic Park toys already. So go check that out. As far as Kenner's stuff, we will be doing a video about the Kenner stuff in the future, just not now because I don't have them yet, but I do want to do that video for sure. All right, let's see. Thoughts on the Spider-Man 1978 live action series? I think it's great. Retro wrestling. It's my kind of fun, although I have really fallen in love with the Japanese Spider-Man version. That thing is so off the rails. I love it. I love how that whole era of Japanese entertainment just speaks to me. And that right there, oh man, just an amazing experience. If you haven't watched Spider-Man, watch it. Let's see. Yes, we will be doing Micronauts in the future. I would love Retro Helden to visit toy fans in Germany. I loved going to Germany when I was a teenager. Germany, I've been several times, and I would love to go back. I would love to come there and maybe do a convention or just come to vacation and then meet up with a few people. That would be great. Let's see. Yes, I did see Red Letter Media destroy all those action figures, and it was painful. I wish they hadn't done that. There are better ways to express your irony. I wish they hadn't done that. I don't know what it's going to get them in the future. My favorite Doctor is the Fourth Doctor, which I know is cliche, but I really like Tom Baker. And then right after that, I love David Tennant. And I really, really like Peter Capaldi. I think he's great. I also like John Pertwee. Now, just to say that I like a Doctor doesn't mean that I like the stories around them. So keep that in mind. Thank you for the super chat, Mega J Retro. Really appreciate that. I just barely got in for the reissue of Voltron GX71. What are your thoughts on pre-orders, and do you think that's fair? If you're pre-ordering a toy that's also going to be inventoried by other retailers, so like for example, you pre-order a Sola Chogokin Dairugger Voltron vehicle Voltron. Well, Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth and Toy NK and all those other websites are going to be buying inventory of that as well. And Bondi is going to be supplying that inventory to them so they can sell them at retail. So in that sense, a pre-order is not a bad thing. It's when they're telling you, like with the sale barge, we have to have this many pre-orders before we will even make the thing. And on top of that, we're only selling it exclusively through our web portal. Nope, I'm out. Nope, that's no, especially not for a $4 billion company. Let's see. Booster G. I don't really care about your opinion of Star Wars, and I'm not whining. I'm answering questions. If you don't like me answering my fans' questions, get off the live stream. Let's see. Why do you think? Let's see. Please visit Australia, dude. Indingo, I would love to visit Australia. That would be so much fun. I would love to visit Australia. I love everything about that country. Kylie and the will. What do you call it? The landscape. Love the landscape. Ed's Manifesto, thank you so much for the super chat. Supernatural's toy line. Yes, I'm going to be doing a feature on that. I will be doing a feature on that here in the near future. It's going to be a great feature to do. Those toys were so innovative, and they did have their limitations, and I will talk about those, but they were very unique, and I think they pushed the envelope a lot farther than Visionaries did. Let's see. What are your thoughts on DC Universe Classics? I mean, they were really cool figures. Are they still being made? I can't keep up with the licensing of DC at this point. DC Universe was Mattel, and I guess they're still kind of making them, but now they're doing Multiverse. Are they still doing Universe? I liked them. I have a number of them, but X-Men or Avengers? Avengers all the way. Not because I don't like the X-Men, but just because I'm not really plugged into how the X-Men stories were told in the comics. It was very, very soap opera-y. Avengers was a little more, whiz bang. Let's see. Yes, Carl, I love Kylie Minogue, and I don't apologize for that. What do you think? Let's see. I don't apologize for any of my opinions on pop culture. Let's see. McFarlane is starting to make DC. Interesting. Well, we'll see how that goes. Okay. Would you ever love to see someone do something for the Spawn line? Oh, no problem, Tandoori Jones. I'm sorry that I didn't see your question the first time. I mean, if Spawn still has an audience, then yeah. If there's a buyer's market for Spawn, then I hope that line is supported somewhere. Let's see. Biker Scout, you're asking about restoration. Did I miss that question? Post it again, and I'll answer it again. So yeah, no, I'm trying to. Do I own a double telescoping Luke? No, I do not, Sammy. I don't own a double telescoping Luke. Jedi Sith, thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate that. Schmobody, thank you so much for the super chat. Thoughts on the 1997, 2004, 5 vintage style recolored Joes and vehicles and reissues? I liked everything that they did, especially with the 25th anniversary, but I know you're talking about a specific window. I thought those were cool when I saw them, but because I still had my childhood ones, I didn't feel like picking them up because they were in the correct colors. But I didn't have a problem seeing them on store shelves. I wish that they would have still been making them now. It's a shame what's happened to G.I. Joe. Lucas, I lived in Weybridge in Surrey. That was where I lived in England when I was a teenager. And I went to school in London. I went to school at ASL. Okay, let's see. Which do you prefer, the Toys 2 Transformers or Diaclone? Carl, I like the Diaclone molds, but I grew up with Transformers as a brand, so I try and get the Diaclone stamped Takara Transformers when I'm collecting G1. Thank you, Indingo. Appreciate that. Will I ever be covering LJN wrestling superstars? Would love to. Want to find someone with a collection? Excuse me, I just burped into the microphone, but it's live chat, so whatever. I want to find someone who has that collection so that I can go to their house and do that there, because I'm not going to be collecting those myself, but I would love to review them on site at somebody else's collection. Thoughts on prequel Black Series Star Wars selling success? No problem. I think any Black Series stuff is going to sell well. The Star Wars Black Series is really the cash cow for adult collectors for Star Wars right now. So I hope that the prequel stuff sells well for the people that want it. I do not have a PO box right now for my fans. We did have one, Ronan, but we don't have one at the moment. I will be setting up another one soon. Let's see, and I'll let you all know when I do that. Biker Scout, any plans to do more of your vintage Star Wars restoration videos? Yes, I will be doing more vintage restoration. Probably the next thing I'll do is showing people the internals of an A-Wing, because I get that question a lot. I get the A-Wing and the Imperial Shuttle. Those are the two I get all the time. My Imperial Shuttle still works real well, and when an Imperial Shuttle's working, don't take it apart. So I might not be doing that one for a while. Well, I'm sorry that you find my faith for the lack of the X-Men, lack of faith in the X-Men disturbing. I don't have a lack of faith. I found their comic book to be very soapboxy. Let's see. I like the characters. I love Nightcrawler, Wolverine, Dazzler, but I'm not as much of a fan of the way they tell the story as I did with Avengers. And I thought the Fox movies for X-Men didn't do them any justice at all. Let's see. The glass display cases, B. Westbrook, the glass display cases, as I've said before, are from Dawson Lighting Fixtures out of Norcross, Georgia. Dawson Retail Fixtures or Retail. So look up Dawson Retail Fixtures, Norcross, Georgia, and you'll find them. Let's see. Will you review? Let's see. Yeah, I will eventually do some 90s toys, Rudy. It's just a matter of, it's on a case-by-case basis and what I have. Like I'll be doing Batman animated series this year, for example. Yes, I do have toy restorations planned, including the Terrordrome. So yeah, those will be coming up. As I said in my Rogue One feature, which I hope you'll go watch, I talk about the Legacy AT-AT. And so if you go to our channel page and you look through our videos, scroll down and find there's a lot of stuff in there that YouTube is not going to recommend to you. Like, you know, if I know I've said this 5 times already, but if you guys are YouTubers that act like you're sitting by a river and you're waiting for YouTube to send something downstream, don't be that person. Go to the channel pages of the channels you like and look through the libraries and click on them and watch them. That not only helps you figure out answers to your questions, but it also helps the content creators as well. Let's see. Yes, Carl, I will be doing more videos like the Roton. I've got a few up my sleeve that I think are going to be pretty fun. I'm not currently into any comics, but maybe one day I'll get back into them. I used to collect G.I. Joe as a child, and then I collected Spider-Man, and then I collected Batman and Superman for a while, but I don't collect comic books currently. I do have a few omnibus editions of certain titles that I've brought in just to read those, you know, like Superman, Wonder Woman, Batman Archives, Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus, Star Wars, Marvel, all the G.I. Joe collected works, the Top Cow Tomb Raider stuff. I have some of those in collected volumes. Let's see. Yeah, your Y-Wing front gear jump, Jim Flash. You're going to have to go in there, watch our restoration video. You're going to have to go in there and figure out, you know, why that mechanism is screwing up. If you could make a toy line, what genre would you pick, and would you include play sets for your line? Gosh, what toy line would I do? Gosh, you got me on the spot. Well, I mean, I'd love to do a toy line for Last Starfighter. I mean, that would have been a no-brainer. A toy line back then for Dark Crystal would have been great. So yeah, those have a lot of potential. Jason, I did talk about the katana and what I'm going to be doing or may not be doing, but no, I haven't done a review yet. Let's see, because I didn't buy one. Let's see. What is the Holy Grail to review? Well, the Holy Grail for me to review, which I will be doing at the end of the Robotech review, is going to be the SDF-1 playset from Matchbox, which I've acquired for the video, which is why Robotech took so long to happen, because I was not going to do Robotech without the SDF-1. I just wasn't. So that'll be my Holy Grail to review. My favorite movie soundtrack. Are you talking soundtrack or score? Oh my gosh. My favorite soundtrack is probably... I mean, I love Superman the movie, but I also love Where Eagles Dare. I think that's a cool soundtrack. Gosh, Raiders of the Lost Ark, you can't beat that. But Temple of Doom, that music almost beats out Raiders of the Lost Ark for just awesome complexity. Let's see. B Westbrook, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. That's very generous of you. Thank you. Have you purchased any toy Kickstarters? I have not purchased any Kickstarters. 46 Zone. What do you think is the best Millennium Falcon out of all the toy lines? Well, that's hard to say. I'm always going to love the playability of the vintage Kenner Millennium Falcon because that's the one I grew up with, and I think they hit it with a home run the first time. But I recognize that the Legacy Millennium Falcon is awesome, as I said in my 2-part Rogue One feature, Rogue One toy feature. So, yeah, I have the Legacy Millennium Falcon sitting right next to my television over in the review screening room. So I love that toy. It's great. Let's see. Anyone out there? Let's see. Favorite vintage Star Wars figure as a kid and favorite one now? Yes, Bespin Luke is a childhood figure. Favorite vintage Star Wars figure is Bespin Luke, and favorite one now is Bespin Luke. Let's see. Have you seen Reactions The Worst figures? So good. Yeah, I've seen Phantom Star Killer. I didn't know that was part of Reactions The Worst, but those look pretty hilarious. Do you have Jar Jar? No, I might have a package Jar Jar somewhere, but I don't keep up with that. I sold all my prequel and later Star Wars stuff a long time ago. Let's see. Yeah, there will be a Bionic 6 review, Wilson. That will be coming. Bionic 6 will be coming soon. Let's see. What is my favorite song? Oh, gosh. My favorite song is probably Step Back in Time by Kylie Minogue. Love that song. And then after that, it's probably Magic by the Cars. And I love Back in Time by Huey Lewis. So 2 of my favorite songs have Back in Time in the title. Yeah, don't analyze that too much. Let's see. Oh, my gosh. Super chat. Omega 66. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. I do this for all you guys. Let's see. Will you be making more Follies videos? Yeah. Well, Star Wars Follies Land Down Under is sort of the title of that series. I do see my other videos as in the same vein as Follies when I'm talking about, for example, Masters of the Universe. If you don't think the Roton video or the Stridor video counts as a kind of Follies, then I don't know what I can do to convince anybody of that. But I have a different point of view towards different toy lines. So I try and tackle them in different ways. And it's all kind of happened organically. So, for example, I don't know how it unfolded this way, but when I do G.I. Joe videos, it often seems that rock and roll is the voice of reason for those and the guide through those videos. When I do a He-Man video, it's often more of an absurdist experience, sometimes with Skeletor singing, a lot of times with action figure skits. When I do Star Wars Follies, it's a much more, not in depth, but a different kind of mini documentary. I just see all these toy lines and properties in different ways, and I feel like they're served best with different formats. But yeah, that's kind of how I tackle it, and that's with the really big toy lines. The ones where you couldn't adequately do the whole toy line justice in one video. Just like you couldn't do the cartoon or movie series in one video because there's too many episodes or too many installments. So I piecemeal it. Hey, James, how are you doing? Thanks for the hello. Let's see. Oh, Chris, thank you so much. You're very welcome. You're very well. Thank you. I am feeling better. I've still got a little bit of something going on in my left ear, but I'm going to an ENT in a week or so if he can ever get off his vacation, and hopefully we'll nip this and it'll be good. Let's see. Will you be getting Disney's new streaming service? No, I will not be getting Disney's new streaming service because all these companies are trying to put IVs in our bank account, and I won't do it. I just won't. I won't. Let's see. That's right. Death from the Haunches. Yeah, Sammy, one day I probably will do a Power of the Force 2 Follies. Yeah. You're talking about Power of the Force 2, right? Because there's Power of the Force 2, and then there's Power of the Force. And I already did a whole Star Wars Follies on Power of the Force. Are you ever going to do more reaction figure videos? Well, it depends. It depends on if they come out with something that's interesting to me. Let's see. Hanna-Barbera did one with Superman in the SDF one. It's on Galactic Guardians episode, The Ghost Ship. Really? Okay. Thanks. Thank you. I'm going to check that out. I appreciate that intel. I've got that on DVD. I'm going to go check that out. My next restoration is going to probably be the Terrordrome. Let's see. The Cobra Terrordrome. Am I looking forward to watching Life After Flash? I don't know what Life After Flash is. I guess sure. I never did Kit Bash a Starduster figure. Nope, I've never done that. Yeah, I really do like this microphone. These Heils are really good, and they use phantom power, which is really nice, which is cool. Let's see. If you could fund and have made a series episode to end an 80s cartoon series that never got a finale, it would either be Dungeons and Dragons or Jason the Wheeled Warriors, Joe. I mean, those are the two that desperately needed an ending and didn't get one. Action figure expert. What do I know about schools? I know that I often fell asleep in class and fought to stay awake when I was in school. Let's see. Are you a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan? I respect Super Sentai, but I didn't watch it because I was already in high school by that point. So no, I don't really have a lot of experience with it. But not trying to take anything away from it. So let's see. Palatoy or Kenner Death Star? I'm gonna go with, as much as it, you want to be loyal, I'm gonna go with Palatoy. I think they did a much better job. Palatoy did a much better job with the Death Star. It is just a better piece all the way around. Let's see. The vintage collection Han Solo Stormtrooper. Yeah, I've seen the pictures of that. That's also going to get real confusing. They're calling their super articulated, the vintage collection. Now they're calling their recreations of the vintage figures the retro collection. Thanks a lot, Hasbro. What toy line had the best toy commercials? Zap It. Probably. Will Jackson the Rabbit ever be considered canon? Probably not. Not according to Disney. Do I like Harry Potter? Yes. I don't love it. I like it. I don't love it. I think it's a little overrated. The movies, meaning. I don't really know about the books. Didn't read them past part 5. Thoughts on the 90s transforming X-Men figures? 90s transforming X-Men figures. Yeah, that's not gonna make my cut. I'm not into mixing like transforming Millennium Falcon into Han Solo. It's like, no. I don't know much about Critical Role, so love to learn more about it. What happened to RF Biker Scout? I know he doesn't do a lot of live streams anymore. I guess he's gotten into other things. He's still around, but I haven't seen him post recently or lately or in the last few years. When you say, is Farm Boy Luke a childhood one, are you referring to mine? Because I have all my childhood figures. So yes. Let's see. If money or space wasn't an option, what would be your number one retro toy choice? Well, I mean, I'm fortunate in that I have all the ones I really want. There aren't any retro toys left for me that I really am, just desperate to go after. The only things I really need now are things for videos, things I already don't have. But yeah, I don't have anything burning a hole in my pocket at this point. I'm fortunate in that regard. Thoughts on Exo Squad? Loved it. Thought it was interesting. I was a senior in high school, I was in high school when it was out, so I didn't really get into it. But I would love to dig into it a little more, especially given its weird relationship with Robotech. Let's see. How many original Farm Boy Lukes do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think about 7. I guess 7. Yeah, Biker Mice from Mars. That's going to be one that's probably not going to come to RetroBlasting for a while. Let's see. Favorite movie franchise. Favorite movie franchise as a child was the original Star Wars trilogy. Favorite movie franchise now? Oh gosh. I've really been impressed with the work that's been done on certain installments of Captain America. But I'm trying to think what my favorite. I loved the Bourne trilogy, not Jason Bourne, not the fourth one. I loved the first three Bourne movies. I thought they were great. That would probably be my answer for modern. But back in the day, it was Star Wars trilogy. Sammy, I'm probably not going to review the Star Wars Micro Machines Action Fleet because I sold them all back in 04, and I'm not going to look back on that. There was just a lot of stuff coming out back then. Maybe one day if I, find someone who has a collection, I'll be happy to do it. Let's see. Yeah, I'll be doing CB. I'll be doing Fisher Price Adventure People as a video soon. I've been collecting a lot of them. Sorry, my throat's getting dry. Let's see. Did you like Michael Jackson growing up? I mean, who didn't like Michael Jackson in the 80s? Yeah, I had Thriller on cassette, and my brother bought Bad when it came out, and I danced all the music videos and all that stuff. Yeah, we all liked Michael Jackson growing up. Let's see. Do you own, aside from your awesome Lego Voltron, you like Lego builds much like the Falcon or the Death Star? Yeah, I'm not going to be investing in those because they're way too expensive, and I need that money to put into the channel for equipment and toys that I think people expect me to do videos about. So it's good to see you too, Marcus. Thank you for being here. Logan, you have 27 Bespin Lukes. That's great. If they're all variations or whatnot, that's awesome. I don't know where you would display them all unless you just display them all in a row. Hope you have a really long mantle. How long till the live stream end? Because I need to go to the dentist soon. Well, in Dingo, I would suggest you go to the dentist because there's no real ending to this until people decide they just don't want to talk to me anymore. But yeah, go to the dentist, get your teeth worked on. Do that. Don't ever neglect your health care. I mean, look what happened to me. I thought I was done with Retro Toys too until I discovered Spiral Zone. Yeah, those Flying Ninja Spiral Zone is one of those ones I want to get into big time, but I just haven't gone around that corner yet. I'm afraid of what I'll find when I go there. Thank you, Jedi Sith. I appreciate it. I try to have good taste. Let's see. I don't have any toothpicks in the hilts of my figures, Sammy. No, I never did get any of the Lord of the Rings figures, and I regret doing that or not doing that because I even had an offer early on during RetroBlasting's life. A guy was going to donate to me a whole pile of Lord of the Rings figures, and I just didn't get back to him in time. And I was busy. I was probably moving, buying a house, or doing whatever I was doing, but I regret that because I'd like to see those up close and get into those. Thank you, Tree Shaker. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. What do you think of them making movie quality Millennium Falcons out of Hasbro Falcons? Hey, people love to customize their toys. It's never going to end, and more power to them. If it makes them happier, that's great. I don't know how easy it's going to be to sell later on, but don't concern yourself with resell. Concern yourself with how much joy the toy brings you. That's the most important part. Matt, congratulations on the new job. I'm really glad you got that. I know the last time we spoke, you were, nervous about, getting that. So I'm really happy for you, man. Really happy for you. Good. Keep it up. Keep me posted. Keep me apprised. Let's see. I have the Alpha Probe as well. It's a good toy. David, we talked about the sail barge a little bit. I might be getting a sail barge from a friend to borrow to do a review of, just to talk about it, but I'm not going to buy it. I don't believe in rewarding Hasbro for bad business practices. I do have Mara Jade, Blasted Heath. I do have Mara Jade. I don't have Darth Bane. My Mara Jade is the hyper-articulated Mara Jade. Did they ever make figures from the Rankin Bass version of The Hobbit? No, they did not. That would be a cool line. Good point. Favorite and least favorite mask split seconds vehicles. My favorite mask split second vehicle is the Stiletto, because that the one that's the Lamborghini that came with Gloria Baker. That one. My least favorite is probably any of the others that I can't remember what they were. I just remember the one that came with Gloria. And it was a Lamborghini Countach, so that was awesome. Let's see. It's been difficult to replace my collection that was stolen in 2014. Um, yeah, there really isn't another place for the Legacy Falcon and AT-AT. Maybe on the Rebel Scum forums. You can go to their classifieds and try that tray. Possibly on some Facebook groups. You might find it there. Yeah. Do you collect modern Macross Robotech toys? No, I don't. I did not know that there was a Chogokin VF1J. I'll look into it. We do have the Yamato version, but no, I don't. I don't have the Chogokin one. Favorite animated series? Ooh, gosh, that's hard. Probably Batman the Animated Series is my favorite animated series. Literally, if you're talking about retro 80s stuff, then Beast King Go Lion, Pole Position, and I mean, you got to give props to Dungeons and Dragons because it was really well written. Yeah. Let's see. I have the vintage Star Wars hardcover storybooks. Yes, I have all 3 of them. Let's see. Will I buy any new retro collection figures, Sammy? No, I probably won't be because I have everything. If I pick up one, I'll pick up one to compare, do a video to compare it, just one. But I'm not going to pick up all of them. That's a waste of money at $19.99 a figure, or whatever it is. Is it $9.99 a figure? It's still too high. Let's see. Yes, I have heard of the 8-inch exclusive Mego Wonder Woman. But I haven't heard of any other exclusives from bigger brands. No. Yes, I have watched Doctor Who and the Daleks and Dalek Invasion of Earth. They are strange films, Rudy. Those are really weird movies, and it's understandable why they're not in continuity. Thanks, Nihilus. Appreciate it. Thank you. Were there any figures or play sets that were recalled due to health concerns? I mean, yes, they recalled the Voltron that was made in Taiwan. No, I won't be picking up the Tarkin retro figure because it's in a board game. I'm not going to go buy a board game to do that. I won't. I'll buy it secondhand on eBay before I do that. Matt, yes, my next Doctor Who podcast will be soon. I've got half of it edited already. The other half, I'm going to be editing some of it tonight and get that ready this week. We've been doing a lot of work in the studio, but the next one on Ark in Space, which is why this stuff is here, actually, it's kind of hinting that Ark in Space is coming. That will be done soon. No, Mark, you are not wrong to like the 95 Star Wars figures. To each their own. I collected them. I was excited to see them on shelves. You're not wrong in your love of Power of the Force 2. Are you going to Star Wars Celebration? Ronan, I'm probably not. There's very little interest for me to celebrate Disney Star Wars. I'm not saying that from any political perspective. I'm saying that from a storytelling perspective. I don't like what they've done. I think the characters and the writing have been sloppy, and I really don't care if somebody yells at me about it like the last guy did, because I'll just yell back at you. So I'm not going to go celebrate something I don't want to celebrate. And especially pay Disney for the privilege. Let's see. Do you have any figures from the movie The Black Hole? Yes, I do have some figures from Black Hole. I need more of them. I need Vincent. I need Old Bob. I need the humanoid, but I'll never get him probably. Let's see. Let's see. Dominic, you said, can you do a show on why variations in figures and toys took place? You mean for any toy line or just Star Wars? I mean, I guess I can try to pull some together. It might be a variety show, but I can do that. Let's see. Well, yes, they did do a toy line for the animated Lord of the Rings, but they didn't do one for the animated Hobbit. That's the difference. Let's see. Do you own any 1977 Kenner Star Wars pre-figure Play-Doh coloring book puzzles? No, I don't have any of those at the moment. Not opposed to having them. I just don't have them yet. Wild Bill, please watch my sail barge reaction video, Unplugged, about why Hasbro's bad business practices. Their distribution, their Kickstarter model for the sail barge, all that stuff is not good for a $4 billion company. Please watch my Unplugged on the HasLab sail barge to learn more. B. Westbrook, we're probably going to be we're probably going to be at Dragon Con. I will be at North Carolina Toy Con in April. I'll be doing a panel on Action Man. So I'll be there in April that's a 1-day toy show, and then I'll be at Dragon Con possibly. But those are my 2 potential convention appearances this year. Let's see. Yeah, Beast King Go Lion was on DVD, and then it went out of print. Matt, any thoughts on how Luke will be resurrected in Episode 9? Yeah, through the power of hackneyed writing, that's what will happen. They made a mistake, and now they're trying to fix the mistake, and they never should have made that mistake to begin with, because the fact that they brought that up in a story meeting and rubber stamped yes, that just shows how off track they are. Can you do a restoration of a hand-me-down G1 Wild Rider? I can try if I can find one. Let's see. You were just speaking of the cartoon Mask. Yes, some of the best background music ever. Favorite interior TARDIS design? Gosh, I really love the original, the William Hartnell original design of the interior. But I do have a soft spot for the 70s era interior TARDIS as well. Let's see. Keeman, yeah, I'm when I say probably going to be at Dragon Con, I'm just simply saying that because of the England trip that's coming up in September as well. You know, we've already been asked back, so you know, we plan to attend, and I appreciate you attending all of our presentations. I will keep everybody up to date on the YouTube channel about Dragon Con when I get more info and make some decisions. There is a lot going on this year that's a little different, but yeah, I'll let you know well ahead of time. More than likely, I'll be there. Let's see. What do you think Hasbro needs to do to make their Star Wars toy line relevant to today's kids? Playsets and vehicles that are affordable, and good distribution of the toys in stores so kids can find them. Let's see. Yeah, you're right. Jake Skywalker is one with the wheels now, Blasted Heath. Thoughts on vintage Star Wars figure paint touch-ups? Again, it's like what I said. I think guys like Dave Moss do a great job at what they do, and I think people get way too up in arms about this repro restoration thing to begin with. It's going to happen. It's going to become more prevalent as the years go on. So I think we all need to make peace with it. I certainly have made peace with it. I encourage people to enjoy their toys the way they want to enjoy them. I have a lot of talented. I'm fortunate that I have a lot of talented friends who are very good at repair and customization of their collections. And like if I'm doing a video though about a vintage toy line, I'm not going to show you restored toys. You know, I'm going to show you. You know, when I say restored, I mean totally repainted or totally, you know, if I have to fix a motor or something, I will. But I'm going to show you the legit original toys in the condition they're in when I put them on camera. But I don't begrudge somebody touching up a nose or something like that for their own collection. These are supposed to be enjoyed. They're not supposed to be agonized over. Let's see. Howie, just email me at retroblasting@gmail.com. Do you think your Action Man panel will be on the channel? Mark, I hope so. I'd like to film it. I hope the guys at North Carolina Toy Con will let me. Let's see. Sammy, I don't know why Lego white plastic has hardly yellowed. I'm not sure what you're talking about. I know that there are bricks. They're white bricks yellow. Excuse me. Yeah, Christopher, this is the Lego Galaxy Explorer. I never had this as a kid, and so I bought one that was missing some parts, and then I bought the parts and got it all put back together. Let's see. Do you think I might ever go to Santa Rosa Toy Con? This one I'm going to is actually, I think it's fairly small. It's a 1-day event, so I'd be happy to go to any Toy Con that I'm invited to, and you know, with reasonable expectations. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Walmart Transformers G1 exclusives and G1 re-releases? They usually make them different enough that you can tell which is which. Transformers have been re-releasing their stuff for a long time. Transformers themselves are technically re-releases of Diaclone. I don't think that's going to affect that market any. I'm not worried about them. I think they're too high priced. They're way too expensive. The re-releases. But I don't have a problem with them existing. Let's see. Do you think the next episode of Star Wars will do a backstory to Snoke? I don't know. I don't know. Yes, Matt, I am coming your way in September for 2 weeks. Yep, I'll be in the UK for 2 weeks in September. I'm not going to be doing any like official appearances, but I mean, if we could work out something to meet up, then I'd be happy to do that. I mean, that's not a problem. Just a casual meet and greet over fish and chips. Absolutely. Let's see. I've sold all my master replica pieces because of Disney. They've ruined it completely. Yeah. They've ruined a lot of licenses. I'll tell you that much. Thoughts on the re-releases of Indiana Jones toys? Maybe 10 years. Oh, the ones released 10 years ago. Yeah, they were cool. I've got a lot of them. They're, again, Hasbro stuff. Maybe one day I'll do a video about them. Not anytime soon. Because if I don't do Bionic 6 soon, the audience is going to riot. Let's see. Favorite Batman story? Ooh, gosh, that's hard. You talking about in the animated series? Or are you talking about like in the history of Batman? Because that could get, that could get involved. I used to have that Lego ship. Yeah, I never had it. I'm glad I have it now. Let's see. I don't have an army of Tauntauns. I don't have one of those. I have like maybe 4. Is that an army? I don't know. I've never collected Zeroids. Let's see. Yeah, the demise of Action Man and G.I. Joe is a travesty. It's a tragedy. I wish they'd bring them back. I wish they'd clear their head and realize, oh, we shouldn't have done that. Melinda is out shopping right now with friends. She's out living her life. She's doing stuff, and I was cleaning up the studio. Let's see. Yeah, I won't be visiting Scotland, so not this year. I've been to Scotland in the past, but I won't be visiting Scotland this year. But when I do come to Scotland, I will take you up on that offer, Biker Scout. I really appreciate that. I always want fish and chips, Tim. I always want fish and chips. Let's see. What do you think of the new Mego figures? Yes, AWM. Yes, I take you up on that offer to wash down those chips. Yes. Mort, I'm jealous of you. I wish I lived near a fish and chip shop. Let's see. Have some for me. Mick, I got the B&M exclusive TARDIS through a enterprising seller on eBay because I live in the States and we couldn't get them here. So I got it on eBay, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Yeah, I would love to organize a meetup in a pub in London. I'd love to do that. Love to figure that out. I'll talk some more about that with Melinda and my parents, because my mom and dad, who are awesome people, we've never vacationed together as adults. Hold on, guys. My doorbell just rang. Hold on. Melinda's back from shopping. Sorry about that. She forgot her keys. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Thank you. I am feeling better. Whoa, something happened. Let's see. All right. Tim has been our admin, Tandoori. Tim Ward has been our admin for a long time. He is awesome. He runs the Facebook page. He is part of the RetroBlasting team on the ground floor, and he is just the best. So, yeah. You're right. I left. Like every live stream, eventually, I have to get up and leave camera. I guess it's just part of my part of my destiny. Let's see. Let's see. Did the Doctor Who figure move? If it did, no. Let's see. 318 people watching, only 112 likes. Hit the like button, people. Thank you, boss. Appreciate that. That's the 1978 Lego that yep, that is the Galaxy Explorer. Let's see. No, Rhett, I've never reviewed those 3-packs. I've never reviewed those. Aaron, like I said, I try to explain myself pretty clearly in my reviews of those hyper articulated toys. I think I've been pretty clear about that. So please go back and watch the Rogue One special to get my thoughts on that. I don't think there's any reason to wonder why I feel that way. I think I was pretty clear. Let's see. Because it's more about the company and what they do than it is about the toys themselves. Let's see. What is the backstory of Broken Vader? Good question. Broken Vader was he was a Darth Vader doll or large action figure, whatever you want to call it, that I thanks, Joe. Have a good one. I will keep you informed on the UK trip, promise. And I'll keep you informed on a meetup. But Broken Vader, I found him in a comic book shop in Nashville, Tennessee, when I was home for the summer from England for one summer, and bought him, brought him back to England with me, had him in my, my cabinet, on my shelf for a while. And then I had him in storage for a little bit, in like a bin. And then one day I was rearranging everything and I picked him up out of the bottom of the bin and the rubber band in his arms had dry rotted off. And so when I picked him up, his arms just fell out of his body. And that's how that happened. And then he was supposed to just be a one-off. He was supposed to just be this, because I was going to restore him on camera as part of our restoration series. And as it would happen, I decided I wanted to open the last 17 video with a little bit of a comedy sketch. And I thought, well, I'll open it with this doll, because the next video I was going to do was going to be that restoration. So I thought, well, I'll just kind of tease the restoration by having this Vader guy, do this little sketch. And when I did that, suddenly everybody was like, he has to be in every video. I was like, okay. And so suddenly he didn't get restored because the audience wanted him in every video at that point. So that's kind of how that happened. And he's never forgiven me. Let's see. Any thoughts on Mad Max 2000 toys that failed? Wasn't aware that there were any, so that's news to me. I'll have to go look them up. The applause figures, Ronan, are you talking about those like statue vinyl things from the 90s? If that's what you're talking about, I mean, they were everywhere. I didn't buy any of them. The only one I would have wanted would have been the X-Wing Luke Skywalker. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Resolute. Appreciate that. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Like I said, we're getting back on track. We're going to be, finishing some videos here this week. And posting them to YouTube. Let's see. Yeah, Matt, we just got Bernard Cribbin's autograph thanks to a friend of ours in the UK who went to a recent event. Melinda loves Bernard Cribbins from the Tenet series. So let's see. Do you own any of the original trilogy stories on vinyl? No, I don't, CB. I don't own any of those. No, that's not true. I own the Empire Strikes Back one on vinyl. I have that one. Let's see. Thank you. I appreciate the well wishes. Yeah, I am feeling better. Peter. Yeah, I don't think Broken Vader's coming to England. Yeah, he's not coming to England. Scott, don't worry. I've finished watching Southern Cross and I have written half the script for Robotech. It's going to be sooner rather than later. I've been a little sick. I didn't want to be sick. I'm making Robotech Part 2. Don't worry. It's happening. Aram, I don't know of any good toy insurance companies. I really don't. Oh, Sal, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I've been talking to Jeff a little bit. Haven't firmed up anything at the moment. But it's not outside the realm of possibility. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really, really appreciate that. It's good to see you too. And thank you, Eric. I am feeling better. Not 100%, but I'm good enough to do videos now. AWM, I don't know if I'll be doing any toy hauls while I'm in England. Maybe if I find a boot sale, maybe I'll go buy one, but probably not. I'm just really enjoying England again, just enjoying the vacationing. Yeah. John, I've never met Marty Abrams. Let me know how he is. Never met him. Scott, you know the reason you've waited since 2012 is because I didn't have the SDF-1. But now I've got the SDF-1, so that's why I've been doing Robotech. So, you know, I'm doing it. It's all happening this year. I promise. I am actively working on Robotech Part 2 right now. Like I've been working on it. I was watching the show and when I got sick, you know. So it is happening. It's not like 2012 waiting when we didn't have the SDF-1. This is happening. Let's see. Any chance of a collaboration with Toy Polloi? I would love to work with Dave Moss. I would love to work with him on something. Dave Moss is my hero. Love to work with Dave Moss on a video. Aldre, I'm not going to Star Wars Celebration. I'm going to England for 2 weeks instead. Like I said, I'm not going to Star Wars. There's just nothing right now in Star Wars, like I said, that I want to celebrate. So why would I go pay to go be at that Disney convention? Let's see. Where can we buy spare accessories or weapons for Transformers? I would try the Facebook groups. I would try the forums, the Transformers forums and message boards. Thank you, Indingo. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Aram. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Yeah, I've been to the Viking Museum in York. I've never been to the Viking Museum in London, so I might need to go there. Let's see. Will you be doing a Star Wars Follies on the Star Destroyer playset? Yes, I will be. Hopefully this year. Favorite toy convention I've been to? Truth is, I haven't been to many. I've never been to New York Toy Fair. I'd go to Toylanta, which is really the only one. But I've also never been to. I'm going to that North Carolina Toy Con as a guest. But yeah, I haven't been to many. Let's see. Thank you for the super chat, Chris. Did you ever collect muscle figures, or did you think they need to be tossed in real garbage cans? I didn't collect muscle figures growing up. I knew a lot of friends that did. I didn't like them as far as collecting them because I didn't like figures that didn't move. You know, it was like 3D versions of Garbage Pail Kids. Like I wasn't a trading card collector, and I wasn't a muscles collector. Now I've since gained a handful of them through various donations, and I've kept them all in a slowly growing Ziploc bag so that I can eventually do a muscles video. But I wasn't into them as a kid. I'm not really that into them now because they just don't move. They don't do anything. They just stand there. Let's see. Ever thought of doing a cartoon commentary? Maybe that might be fun. Which Jelly Baby flavor is your favorite? The orange one, whatever that one is. What do you think about the Japanese robots from the 70s and 80s that never came to US, like Daltanius, God Mars? I love them all. The designs are inspired. Kaiman, I love them all. Let's see. I love your DC Superpowers videos. Is she really heavy metal nuts with the rock and roll with rock high five? Not really. We're not really sure. Melinda is a heavy metal listener since before I knew her, if that's what you're referring to, Uber Hulk. What do you think of the new War for Cybertron toys? Jared, haven't been keeping up with a lot of the Transformer stuff coming out. I mean, it comes out in droves, and I really just can't keep up with all of it. The stuff I see in stores looks pretty nice, but beyond that, you know, I'm not too up on it. Let's see. Ever heard of Mobile Suit Gundam? Yes. I would love to watch it. I haven't watched it yet, but I know about it. I know of it. I would love to watch it. Do you know when Netflix will premiere Toys That Made Us season 3? Alejandro, I'm not connected to Toys That Made Us. I'm not part of that production, so I'm not really sure about anything with that. I've never been on that show. I've never been a part of that show. Yeah, I don't know anything about that show. I've watched maybe one of them. So I'm not sure when season 3 of that is coming out. I don't watch it. Let's see. Do you think they will make a third? Oh, yeah. Again, Ninth Planet. I'm not part of that show. I don't know. Steven Sansweet seems to have fallen off the earth. Have you heard from him at all? Ronan, I don't have a connection to Steve Sansweet. I do know Gus Lopez, but I don't know Steve. So I'm not sure where he's been, what's happened to him. I hope he's all right. Seems like a nice guy. Why do you think toys are made differently than they were made in the 80s? Different types of plastic, new ways of manufacturing, ways of keeping price points a certain way. I'm sure they focus grouped everything to death, and that changed some of the design. These are just speculative conjectures on my part, not completely sure. Did you get into any fads while you were at school? I remember Coca-Cola yo-yos. Matt, I didn't get into a lot of fads at my school growing up. I'm trying to remember if there were any. I mean, like, snap bracelets and stuff like that happened. But thanks, boss. Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care. But I don't recall anything specifically as far as fads. I mean, hypercolor shirts and oh gosh, the latest lunchbox. I mean, I was the hero for a day because I had the Transformers lunchbox first. I mean, that was a thing. Let's see. $6 Million Man and Evel Knievel toys. They're not technically before my time, Mark, and I love both of those properties. Evel Knievel as a personality and $6 Million Man. So I would love to do videos on those in the future. I'm not opposed to doing that. Yes, Guts, I will be coming to London for the first few days. So if you have any recommendations, please let me know. That'd be awesome. Let's see. Do you have any of the Panini Doctor Who trade paperbacks? I do not. But oh no, that's not true. I do. I have one. Benjamin gave me one. Red cover. What's it called? Oh crap. I can't remember what it was called. Anyway, I've got that one. So yeah, I have one of them. Let's see. Howie, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. What are your thoughts of opening a carded figure from the 70s and 80s? Feels like I shouldn't. What are your thoughts? I mean, if it's sealed, I mean, I wouldn't do it. I'm not going to do it. But again, if you do it, just don't tell anybody you did it. Enjoy it for yourself, but don't tell anybody because it's a very explosive topic. So I wouldn't do it myself. I like to go find the loose stuff, but that's me. That way I don't have to worry about opening it. Why do you have a DeLorean and not something newer? I don't really understand the question. I drive a Jeep Wrangler every day. My DeLorean is just the car that I bought because I always wanted to have a DeLorean. Doesn't mean I drive it every day. I drive a Jeep Wrangler. 2-door, manual, real Jeep Wrangler. Let's see. Oh, you're welcome, Blake. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. Oh, Jack. Yeah, that was fun to wear the Hoth outfit in Snowblind. That was a lot of fun. I try to do fun stuff like that when I can in those videos. Have you listened to the Doctor Who Big Finish stuff? Yes, I listened to all the Sarah Jane Smith adventures. I have all those on CD. And I was not disappointed. Those were excellent. And I'd love to get into the rest of them. I just got to figure out where to start because there's a lot of them. Let's see. Monkey's Emporium in London. Okay, I'll check them out. Thank you. Do you think physical toys adapting to technology is a good thing? I mean, yeah, when it works. Like, it didn't hurt Captain Power to be a light gun technology because it didn't stop you from playing with them like normal toys. So as long as it doesn't stop you from interacting with them as normal toys, then I think it's all good. Retro, keep me posted on that USS Flag. Love to see you restore it. Yeah, JCC, that's kind of what I was getting at, is that if it's a vintage toy like that and if it's valuable, yeah, I would definitely keep it sealed. I would. We don't open sealed toys here at RetroBlasting. You guys know that. When I say sealed vintage, I mean anything that's, from the 80s and into, we don't open sealed vintage toys. So do I make custom figures? Not really. I've tried my hand at it, Plastic Robot. I'd like to get into it a little more because I need a classic Sarah Jane for my Doctor Who collection. So I've been considering getting into that to try and make that a reality. Um, Matthew, I don't know. I don't know if I can ever get close enough to him to fix him. He's dangerous. Let's see. There's a Doctor Who store in East London. Thank you, Peter. I'm going to find that. I definitely want to go there. Let's see. What is your opinion on third-party Transformers? I have a few of them. I have the third-party Brawn. I guess he was called Brawny or something like that. And he's pretty good, but it's all hit and miss. It all depends on which third party you're buying from. You got to be careful. Let's see. Yeah, Maki, I'm doing okay. I'm not feeling 100%, but I'm definitely up to about 90%. So thank you for asking. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm like I said, I'm getting back in the saddle to do more videos. Let's see. When I was a kid, I used to do a crossover of my Jurassic Park toys and Star Wars toys. Did you do anything like that? Occasionally, I would like mix up, Star Wars and GI Joe and things like that. If they were the same scale, I would mix them up. I wasn't good at mixing different scale stuff. Blake, no regrets on not getting the sail barge. I do not lose any sleep at night over not getting the sail barge. Nope, not one regret at all. Not one. You got to remember, I've got the USS Flag. I've got, the SDF-1 playset. I've got the Filmation Ghostbusters Ghost Command Center. I've got the Sectars Hive. I mean, I've got playsets that, this is the sail barge. No. Thank you, Alejandro. Yeah, it's sounding better from the last few videos I did. Yeah. CMB76, I can answer that question for you. The ideal episode outfit for classic Sarah Jane is Planet of Evil. That is the one I would want more than anything. So, of course, it's the hardest one to try and customize and make it look good. If it wasn't that, then I would probably pick, as a second option, I would pick her Genesis of the Daleks, Revenge of the Cybermen outfit, because it crosses over 2 episodes. And I also love Android Invasion. That outfit in Android Invasion is awesome. Let's see. My classic space video will be within the next few months. Just got to get the last few things. Mark, I answered that question earlier. Legacy Millennium Falcon is great, but my heart will always, and I own it, but my heart will always be with the Kenner Vintage. Grouse Master, the last 17 is part of the retro collection, possibly, maybe. If there's enough demand, I'm sure they'll do anything and everything. They're all about the money. Let's see. Is Ultrasonic Quicksilver an expensive rare figure? Yes, in the Silverhawks line, he is. I don't have any interest in getting him, but yes, he's hard to find. Paul, you're asking me if I ever did Fisher Price Adventure People. No, I will be. But to answer your question further, as I've said before, please don't wait for YouTube to recommend our videos. Go to our channel page and look through our library. Look through our playlists. That way you are up to date on all of the content we've created. Do not expect YouTube to show you all of that passively while you're watching other crud. Seriously, go actively to youtube.com/retroblasting. Go to our video library and check out the videos for yourself, please. Let's see. I love Seeds of Doom. Seeds of Doom is awesome, Thomas. Seeds of Doom is a great episode. It's one of my favorite episodes. As far as Sarah Jane's outfit, though, I like other outfits she wore better than that particular one. Let's see. Any plans to do Super Joe figures from the late 70s? Possibly. Possibly. Salacious Crumb Articulated? I don't know. I think they've already done that, haven't they? Didn't they already do like a more articulated version at some point? I thought they did. Um, let's see. If you had to pick between USS Flag or Defiant Space Complex, which one? One I already picked. I got the Flag. The GI Joe brand should be, fighting in military engagements on Earth. I don't see them going into space. Um, let's see. Centurions, yay or nay? Well, you will find out when I do my Centurions video, which will happen. Let's see. Specifically, the Dragon Cons, they are awesome. You look like Matthew Broderick. Oh, I don't know if that's good or bad. Let's see. What's your opinion? What in your opinion is an odd Star Wars product? Yeah, the Jar Jar Binks lollipop where you open his mouth and suck on his tongue. That's a real thing. Happened in 1999. They can't hide from it. They did it, and it's bad. Thanks, Jumpin' Jim Flash. Take care. Let's see. For the guy who asked Steve, Aped 3, I don't really see Sarah Jane Smith in that context. I don't see her as hot so much. I just see her as a great character in that respect. And that's not me being a prude. That's me saying that, Sarah Jane Smith is just a great character. Yeah, with Rose, they were trying to get, a girl that was really attractive to be the Doctor's companion, and it worked. And, Rose is super attractive, or Billie Piper. She is super attractive. As far as Sarah Jane Smith is concerned, she's not unattractive, but I don't see her in that context. Let's see. I have a few Doctor Who Dapol figures. Yep, I do like Hogan's Heroes. Let's see. I don't have any of the Dennis Fisher ones, and I will be picking up as many as I can. Some of the character options are right here, and I got a lot more of them coming, Stuart. So you're going to be seeing some character options stuff coming up. If you like the YouTube channel Batman March, he and I are collaborating on a RetroBlasting video together about the character options line. So watch out for that the next month or so. Let's see. Any interest in G.I. Joe Missile Command Sears exclusive? It's a cool play set. It's really expensive. If I ever come across one that's affordable, yeah, I'll pick it up, but it's not burning a hole in my pocket to get it. Alejandro, I'm going to be doing the Space Lego video in the next month or so. Take it easy, and Dingo. Hope the dentist treats you gently. Matchbox or Hot Wheels? I like them both. Matchbox made airplanes, so that's a huge win. Let's see. What's the best way to clean the chrome on a silver Dalek that's been in a moldy basement? Is it back metallized or is it just matte paint? I don't know. Let's see. I was watching a Mount St. Helens documentary and YouTube recommended that I watch this live stream of RetroBlasting. LOL. My question is, what would Tom Burgess do in this situation? Tom Burgess would run into the mountains with something flannel and plaid on. He would grow out his beard and he would live out the rest of his life looking for Bigfoot. That is what Tom Burgess would do because he is a man's man. Let's see. Unreleased Visionaries, Iron Mountain Holodrome. If only it had happened. Is there a certain place that you wish had been made? Yeah, Bespin. I wish Cloud City had been made. What do you think is the most attractive dancer? Well, originally there were only two dancers. There was Ula and that overweight lady. So Ula. What do you think of the Masters of the Universe Classic Snake Mountain play set? Yeah, it's cool. I don't collect that line, but it's cool. Let's see. Do you prefer any particular toy website to purchase toys, or do you go through? No, I go through various places. I'll go from eBay to Etsy to Amazon to Facebook to private sales to message boards. I've been all over the place. Oh, Matt, thank you for the heads up for the Escape from Colditz game. Thank you for the heads up. I definitely will, because it's going to be a World War II thing for me that whole 2 weeks. Because I'm the first few days I'm gonna be flying in a Spitfire, and it's just going to be awesome. It's going to be great. So yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out for that game. I have Ontario considered making a video about the Glasslight Star Wars line, but I don't have any of them. They're very expensive, hard to come by. So I would have to research it, find all the documentation, and do it as almost like a virtual feature, which I'm not really big on because then I'm working with a lot of graphics and I don't have it to show you. And that's really what I like to do is set up the B-roll and show you rather than just put up photos. Let's see. Now that Character Options doesn't have the US doctor license, what do you think of 720? I think that 720 doctor looks naff compared to the Character Options version, honestly. I don't think it looks good at all. And I can't believe they split the license. I think that was a really bad idea. I will be looking for the Character Options version of the 13th Doctor. Thank you very much. Let's see. Thoughts on the retro collection Star Wars. I kind of told you my thoughts in a video I just did, Soda. I did that video a few weeks ago. So if you go to our channel page and check it out, you'll hear my thoughts on the retro collection coming out. Let's see. Has Bigfoot done a crossover on Doctor Who? I don't know. But he did fight $6 Million Man. What did you like better, Memphis Belle or Memphis Belle? Memphis Belle. I mean, I know it was inaccurate. I know better than a lot of people that it was inaccurate. I'm not going to go into that. Suffice to say, I knew the pilot of the real Memphis Belle personally. He pinned my Eagle Scout medal on me at Bassingbourn in 1993. So even though that movie's inaccurate, it's a lot better than Pearl Harbor. Yes, I have used Toy Hacks repro decals for certain pieces like my Cobra Cobra Claw. And I feel like I've used their stuff for the Night Raven. I like them. I like their product. It's good. Very good quality. Did you ever wish they made a toy version of Buck Rogers, the Searcher? No, Maki. I'm not into season 2. Maybe if they'd done Hawk and his ship, that would have been cool, but not the Searcher. John, like I said at the beginning of this live stream, I am making more Star Wars Follies. One's coming out soon. I've talked about that in the last 3 videos I've posted. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't know how you missed that. If you're doing a meetup, I'll give you my escape from call. Wow, thank you. That's very kind of you. Juan, Linda Carter. That's my choice. Let's see. I don't know if I'm going to be visiting Toy Polloi in England when I'm there. Cliffy, I do really hate scalpers, but sometimes because of distribution problems, which is a load, it's the only way. It's the only way. Let's see. Yeah, Scott, I've seen Tora. I have it in my movie collection. Let's see. Cliffy, I agree. Tom Baker. But I do like Peter Capaldi's performance. I didn't like the scripts around it, but his performance was great. Excuse me. The state of the toy industry right now, Aldre, is not good. It is not good. I do not have any double telescoping Star Wars characters, and I'm not looking to get them. I'm just not interested. They were not something that was an option, and I'm only interested in what was on toy store shelves when we were kids. And ultimately, those were not. They were there for a New York minute, and so those don't count for me. It kind of is a shameless cash grab. 2 cents. I think you're right. Oh, no problem, John. No problem. I'm just letting you know. No harm, no foul. Let's see. What are your thoughts on Solo? Well, I gave you my thoughts on Solo back in the Unplugged video that I did about Solo, which, you can go watch that. I don't want to start a flame war here. Let's see. What do you think of... Salacious, I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, I can see by your name that you are far better looking than your cousin Salacious Crumb, and I can see why you would have that problem. I can see that based on your name. Let's see. I got damage stickers on my X-Wing, but luckily I dreamed it. That's funny, Ninth Planet. I will be doing Mark's videos in the future, Joseph. Yeah, Bionic 6 video status is, it's going to come after Robotech. So as soon as I get done with Robotech Antarctic, I will do Bionic 6. Let's see. Rezikai, I will be getting a new PO box, and I'll announce it as soon as I get it established. No problem, Howie. You're welcome. Let's see. The movie that got me to sci-fi was Jason and the Argonauts. What was your first one? That would have been the original Star Wars. That would have been the original Star Wars. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Let's see. Any thoughts on AFA opening vintage carded toys to give figures? Yeah, that uncirculated thing, Hoth Rebel 86, is garbage. That is a terrible idea. They never should have done it. I thought they were stopping it, but I guess they haven't stopped it yet, which is sad. But they should, because that is just a joke of a service. They should not do that. Do you know if they are continuing the Jurassic World Legacy Collection? Yeah, I just got Ian Malcolm. My understanding is they're going to release stuff from Lost World next. But I don't know for sure. I haven't seen confirmation on that. So my understanding is that Lost World stuff is going to be the next Legacy Collection stuff, but we'll see. Let's see. What did you think about Hacksaw Ridge? I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen Hacksaw Ridge yet. Do you know if they're, let's see, the movie that was sorry, I got lost in the chat. Whoa. What Star Wars Follies was your favorite to film? John, my favorite Star Wars Follies to film was probably one of the lesser watched ones. I really liked the more abstract ones like Blue Tie Blues or Battle Damage X-Wing. I liked you had to kind of be a Star Wars collector to get it kind of thing. But I know those aren't the most popular. As far as the straightforward ones, I'd have to say I really liked the early one where I did I think I can't, it's funny, I can't remember if I did this in Blaster Masters or if I did it in Yellow Lightsaber, but it's the one where I point to the screen and I say if it's one of those or one of those, it's one of these, and then I turn the lightsaber on and I throw it over my shoulder. That's probably one of my favorites. I really liked that. Do I have any Forbidden Planet or Lost in Space toys? No, I don't have any of those yet. Metallized chrome Dalek from Moldy Basement. Carl, you're going to have to tell me, is it vac metallized, like actual metallized chrome? Is it from Dennis Fisher? Is it Dapel? What kind of toy is it? I'd say She-Ra, not Golden Girl, Haskage. Any thoughts on Diamond Selects Ghostbusters figures? I've seen the line in stores. They're very detailed. They look cool. Not something I want to collect in mass, though. I've got my real Ghostbusters from when I was a kid, and I've got the 4 recent Mattel original Ghostbusters that a friend gifted me. That's enough for me. I'm not going to go into the Diamond Select Ghostbusters for myself, but I'm really glad that Ghostbusters fans have them because they do look really nice. They really do. Well, we have 4 cats, but I grew up with a dog. I just like animals in general. I'm a big fan of animals and treating animals with respect and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, Hoth Rebel, I agree. I will never forgive AFA for doing that. I don't use AFA in general as a rule, and I'm never going to. So yeah. Oh, it's VAC, Carl. You probably just want to wash that very carefully with a very lightly damp terry cloth or microfiber. Try a microfiber cloth, light bit of water, and just, don't scrub too hard. Just kind of, hand spot clean it. That would be my advice. Let's see. Maki, Golden Girl was a competitor to She-Ra in the 80s. It was another girl's toy that tried to compete with She-Ra. Do you ever plan on doing a video about Star Blazers? Yes. Sportimus, I will be reviewing Space Lego. That will happen within the next month, assuming I can get all the parts that I ordered. Um, let's see. I did not back a job as sail barge, Rezikai. I have answered that. I did not back a job as sail barge. I wasn't going to. I thought that was a bad move on Hasbro's part. Yep, you're right. Luke Skywalker did steal my bit. Holy crap. Holy crap. I didn't even think about that. I did the Luke Skywalker thing 6 years before Luke Skywalker did the Luke Skywalker thing. Wow. My mind is actually blown right now. Holy cow. I'm going to have to go call Ryan Johnson. Wow, Carl. Holy cow. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much, Carl. I appreciate it. Cliffy, thank you so much. Thank you. The generosity of this community is just overwhelming sometimes. Overwhelming. Scott, you're right. That mouse does owe me money for that gag. You're right. I am blown away. I'm literally like still trying to process that. Why did I not think of that at the time? Holy crap. Oh, wow. Golly, yeah, I did that. Oh my god. Okay. What was on my mind when I heard about the Star Wars retro figures? What was on my mind, John, was just that it seems like Hasbro's really desperate at this point. They're late to the game with the Funko Super 7 reaction fad. They've been stonewalling, vintage legacy collectors from the original Star Wars generation for a long time. Their distribution's been poor. I don't think that's going to improve. And now they're trying to recreate all these retro figures that they went back on in 1995. They said, "Oh, we won't do that again." Well, now they're doing it again. And they're doing it at the expense of all the vintage collectors. Not me myself personally, but there's a lot of vintage collectors that hate repro. And they're now the parent company's making repro. And I sat back laughing. I was just like, this is why you shouldn't let repros bother you. You got to make peace with it. Trey, I don't know what's going on with Diamond Select and Star Trek. Not really sure. They've really messed up that license over the last few years. So good question. Have not watched all of Blake 7, William, but I have watched some of it. Really do like it. I need to sit down and watch the rest of it. Let's see. Mr. Scary, it's when Luke Skywalker throws the lightsaber over his shoulder. Apparently someone pointed out to me that I did that 6 years ago in a RetroBlasting video, which I did. I made this gag where I turned on a lightsaber and the same lightsaber, and I threw it over my shoulder like it didn't matter. Didn't even realize. Let's see. Yeah, Matt, I think you're right. I think Ryan Johnson would appreciate me phoning him. So let's see. I would love to collect Godzilla and Ultraman. It's just a matter of which brand do I collect? Which era do I collect? Yeah. I do love the Blade Runner films. Do love them. Night Wolf. Love them. Both of them. I think modern Doctor Who was really solid for a long time. And I think that Peter Capaldi did a great job as the Doctor, but I don't think he was given good material. I'm still on the fence about how Jodie Whittaker's going to do, because so far the scripting hasn't been very good. So I need to see what happens in the next season before I determine, if it's another Capaldi situation. Let's see. Yeah, Ron, I'd love to get paid by Disney as a consultant only. I don't want to actually sign a contract with them or anything. God, I can't imagine anything worse. Let's see. No, I'm not proud of it. I'm saying they stole it from me, Zover. I'm not proud of Luke tossing his lightsaber away. I did it as a joke in a video about Star Wars toys. Pride has nothing to do with my comment. Charlie, I'm not sure what a cult Battle of Britain is. I love the Battle of Britain, but but I don't know about that. Let's see. Yeah, Alejandro, Broken Vader's coming back in the next Star Wars Follies, which will happen in the next week or so. Ninth Planet, Broken Vader's alive because he just has a very big cult of personality. Tommy, I don't need to restore a Technodrome because I have one that doesn't require restoration. So, let's see. What do you think of the Lego Doctor Who Ideas set? I think it's great. It's really cool. I'd like to modify it to make it the Fourth Doctor set. So, Juris, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Mr. Plastic Robot, thank you so much for the kind words. Appreciate it. We're gonna keep making videos. John, favorite Star Wars figure was Bespin Luke. Yeah, William Capaldi was let down by the scripts. He was an amazing doctor, let down by terrible scripts. So, okay, Zover, cool. Sometimes it's hard in chat to figure out the inflection. No harm, no foul. Disney better send me a paycheck. Better send a paycheck. Yeah. Ertl has some Blade Runner cars. Yeah, they did. Ertl did have some Blade Runner cars. Where did I get my shirt for Seth Hastings Plastic Galaxy Toy Store? Yeah, I got it from Seth Hastings over at Plastic Galaxy. He's on Facebook, and you can get a shirt from him, I think. He's a great guy. I know him personally. He's one of the best. If you can buy from Seth, you're in good shape when it comes to Star Wars. What do you think of all the classic Planet of the Apes figures from NECA? I think they look really cool. NECA does some good work. They really do. John, don't be jealous. Eventually you'll have all the Kenner Star Wars stuff too. It's just a matter of time. I just happened to get in on it right when Revenge of the Sith came out and interest in vintage was at its lowest. And so I was able to complete my collection. Bed Knobs and Broomsticks was based on okay, interesting. I'm gonna have to dig into this because I love Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. That's a great movie. Yeah. Wildstar. Yeah, I've been digging into some of the Colin Baker episodes, and it's like, oh man, because once again, he was a great actor who wanted to play the Doctor, and boy, he got hosed. Like, talk about bad luck all the way around. Just bad luck. Carl, thank you so much for the super chat. I cannot thank you enough for that. Thank you so much. Best 80s theme. Let's see. Who made the Han Solo you have up there, and would you recommend them? Blake, I'm going to be doing a video about this week. That's why it's behind me. So I will have my answer for you in a video in the next few days. Yeah, Colin Baker was given nothing essentially as far as character structure. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He was a great actor who was floundering out there with very little direction. Yeah, Mr. Misty, I've seen it. It's a shame. That video is a real shame. Well, Mr. Scary, you can first contact him on Facebook or through Twitter or through Instagram. And then after that, if you see his inventory, then yeah, it is worth the drive. If you see something you like down there, then yeah, it absolutely is. But first contact him over the internet. Seth is real responsive, and he'll tell you, he'll tell you, if he's got what you need. So let's see. Oh, Bunyan, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, City of Death is a great story. City of Death is a great Doctor Who story. Yeah, House, we're talking about the Red Letter Media video. Best 80s cartoon theme song, Pole Position, all the way. And Jason the Wheeled Warriors. And Galaxy Rangers. And Mask. Yeah. All those. All of those. Greetings from Poland. Thank you, Dove. Greetings. Nice to see you. Any thoughts on the Playmobil Ghostbusters line? Looks cool. John, not about to collect Playmobil though, because I just can't get into another deep line. So let's see. Cybertronic Spree thoughts. Don't have any because I'm not sure what that. Oh, is that thing where they're gonna have like the first Cybertron murder or something like that? I've been seeing so much random Transformers news the last few days. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Laser Pants. Appreciate it. Like I said, I've had some casual conversations with Jeff, but nothing firm. We're still playing around with that. It might happen again soon, might not, but thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. Jeff's a good guy. Let's see. What do you think about the Mattel Battlestar Galactica line? I have a few of them, John, and I'm hoping to do a video, in the future. I need to still get a few things, but I don't have them all yet. Let's see. Hey, Hal's great to have you here. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad you found us. Thanks for being here. There were Smokey and the Bandit. I know they had some Ertl. I think it was Ertl diecast cars, but not much. It was more of an adult film. Scott, thank you for the super chat. Very kind of you. Any must-know tips on buying vintage Kenner Star Wars vehicles from eBay? Yeah, you just want to make sure that their mechanisms work correctly. Verify it with the seller first, that there aren't any, cracks forming in the mechanisms, that there isn't any rust, that the stickers are good, that all the pieces are there. You got to educate yourself on each individual vehicle, and then ask those questions of that seller. Just don't be afraid to ask questions up front. Don't get too excited about placing a bid before you ask the question. It's always worth the wait to wait. Let's see. Fluxarn, I never had any big gym, but I plan to get some for a video soon. Tommy, thank you for saying that about collaborating with Pixel Dan. I'm not opposed to it. We've tried in the past. Nothing ever materialized. So if you'd like us to collaborate with him at some point, please let him know. That would be the most helpful thing. Let's see. Mattel Battlestar Galactica. I have the battle ram. Yeah. Oh no, Battlestar Galactica land ram. No, I don't have that. Hey, Laser Kid. Thank you. Appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I'm just kind of here. The questions keep pouring in, so I'm just still here doing stuff. No problem, Scott. You're welcome. My favorite He-Man action figure is Ninjor because he's ridiculous in a great way. And I also love Stratos. I really like Stratos. And I love Zodak for some reason. Zodak is good. And Skeletor. Skeletor is great. Yes, Eric, thank you for that. The archive did turn out the way I envisioned. I wish I had room for more cases. Haven't completely ruled that out yet, so we'll see if that happens. But yeah, it's really turning out well, and it's a fun place to sit around in on a weekend. Really is. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Mike from the Clobber in Time podcast is here with us, and I'm a guest on his great podcast every now and then. So it's a great surprise to see you too. Best find I ever made at a toy show, shop, or garage sale. I found one of the rarer painted hair Jedi Luke Skywalkers in a like a dollar bin. So that was really exciting. So that was cool. Let's see. I don't have any Space 1999 toys yet. Oh, Pixel Dan is MIA, Mr. Scary? I didn't know that. I don't really keep up with his channel. That's concerning. Today I found a vintage Kenner Star Wars figure from the Droids television show for only $1. Congratulations, Brickmobile. Congratulations. Retro Wrestling, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. And thank you for the kind words. Let's see. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. And Perth, you are right. Fisto is awesome. Fisto's great. He was a big. I have Scareglow Bunyan. I have Scareglow. So, Guts, are you saying? Oh, yeah. No, Disney won't come after me. I'm not a threat to them. Do you know anything about BINKAS? No, I don't. James Mason or Cary Grant. I do like Cary Grant. Max Impact. I mean, I can and I will because you asked me to. So there it is on a Sunday. Let's see. Carded. Carded. Oh no, he wasn't carded, Bunyan. He was just loose, but I collect loose, so that's why it was a thrill for me. And then I got him the weapons, vintage originals that he needed. Steven, I don't have any I have a few Inhumanoids from childhood. I don't have a whole collection, but Matt Swafford with Reclaimers Vintage Toys, he let me borrow his collection, so I'll be doing that video in the next few months. Yeah, John, it was a surprise when Power of the Force 2 was beefy. Oh, Knights of Ren, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that he's not MIA. Kyle, yes, we do need more Starcom. And Kyle, you're the one that I need to get with so that I can do the Starcom video, because as we talked about, we're going to film your collection, if that's still okay. Let's see. Power Rangers Megazord greater than Voltron Lion in a fight to the death. You know, I'm not going to weigh in on that. I'm just going to have to see the fight and see who comes out on top. No, Blake, I didn't collect Garbage Pail Kids. I bought like one packet of them growing up. Let's see. I really want to thank you for these awesome videos you create. You're welcome, Kyle. Thank you. Oh, you've been a subscriber since the beginning. You're ground floor. Thank you so much. Yes, Chewbacca, great figure. He was my first. Thank you, Alejandro. Appreciate it. You're welcome, Max Impact. It's always fun to do that voice. What about Dino Riders? Wow, as I've said before, they're super expensive. They're super fragile. I didn't have any growing up. I'm gonna try and find someone with a collection of them to do. You know, and then I'll go to their collection and film that. So let's see. Will you be doing a review of Guts figures and vehicles? Yeah, at some point I will. Never saw any video from you about which toy line. Dino Riders, yeah, I haven't, like I said, I haven't done that one yet. A lot of interest in Dune figures, Charlie. Don't have any yet, but I will be doing Dune figures at some point. I will. Any of the new Mego action figures from Target? No, I haven't gotten any of those. Let's see. How can you tell the difference between British versus American character options Doctor Who figures? Well, for me, it comes down to the face sculpt, Knight of Ren. I can post some photographs on the Instagram and Facebook and Twitter to show you guys. There's marked not sculpting, but paint app deterioration as far as like the paint apps on the faces of the American releases are not as good as the British ones. Oh, thanks, Ian. Appreciate that. Say hi to your girlfriend and everything. It's nice that both of you are here. Thank you. Yes, I do remember Airwolf and Blue Thunder. They're awesome. Love them both. Yeah, it's the face. I can send you, Knight of Ren, send me an email to retroblasting@gmail.com, and I'll send you back my photo comparisons of the faces of some of the ones I have. It's pretty stark. You'll see it immediately. Let's see. Any, like, if you like Knight of Ren, if you look at like the Astrid Peth figure, the Kylie Minogue figure, if you look at her face on the British release versus the American release actually looks more like Lucille Ball than Kylie Minogue, and the British release actually looks like Kylie. Let's see. Is there any distinct way to find the painted haired Jedi Knight Luke? Yeah, his hair is a darker brown, a little more of a reddish brown. Yeah. Let's see. My most cherished toy, Pete, that's probably my most cherished toy is probably my my X-Wing fighter from when I was a kid. I mean, that's really hard to pick one. But yeah, probably my X-Wing from when I was a kid. Antarctic DeLorean's doing great. We're getting the carburetor rebuilt here soon, so thanks for asking. Is there a way to find the painted? Yeah, I already answered that. Do you consider the RoboCop and Terminator 2 toys within your wheelhouse? Yes. I will review those soon. I have some of the RoboCop ones. I think I only have one Terminator 2 toy yet so far. Yes, sir. We do need to talk Doctor Who sometime, Mike. We got to do that sometime soon. Let's do it sooner rather than later. Oh, ice with an L, so Icel. Sorry, I don't mean to butcher your pronunciation. My apologies. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching our show. I don't mean any disrespect if I accidentally mispronounce a name. Sorry about that. Do you like Action Man? Love Action Man. Doing a panel on it at North Carolina Toy Show, North Carolina Toy Show here in April. Thank you, James. Appreciate the kind words. I do not have a Lego army, Blue Hero. I do not have a Lego army. I have not seen the second Lego movie. If I can get Grand Moff Tarkin secondhand, I will, but I don't want to buy one of those. I don't want to buy one of those board games to get him. I mean, Apogee, the Legacy Falcon wasn't, truly scaled correctly. I mean, there must be a market for it since you can sell an $800 Lego Millennium Falcon. So yeah, I mean, I think Star Wars fans will buy anything. They got that sail barge made, so I'm sure Hasbro will just kickstart or something. I'm not real thrilled about that. That's true, Ninth Planet. My most cherished toy is my duck blanket. Thank you for reminding me, and it's right over there in the screening room on the console couch. Thank you. Resi Kai, good point. I'll get that PO box set up. I'll get you that PO box. Phil, thank you for the kind words. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Retro Wrestling. Yes, I've played the Spider-Man game. I've beaten it. The game was amazing. Great game. Pete, love Miami Vice. Love Miami Vice. It was a great show. Haven't watched it in a long time. I've got to pick that up on Blu-ray. Chris, thank you so much for the super chat. Oh yeah, Chris is the guy. He's the guy. I think he's the guy. But if he's not, he knows who the guy is. Where to purchase this Han Solo right here, which I'm going to be doing a review on later this week. So watch for the review later this week of the vintage custom Kenner Han Solo in Stormtrooper disguise. Yes, Matt, I still have those Star Wars plates I collected with my mom. Yep, I still have them. They're right over there, as a matter of fact. Let's see. What was your most prized possession that you've been waiting for years? Let's see. Well, mine was the SDF-1 playset from Robotech. Yeah. Let's see. Any $6 million man reviews. As soon as I get the toys, I'll do it. What do I want to see? I'd rather have more Star Trek starships. We will be doing a Star Trek Part 2 here this year. We're going to be doing that. I'm ready to do that now. So it's just a matter of getting out all these other video projects out of the way. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate you saying that. Thank you. Yes, I am familiar with the Johnny West figures made by Marks. Yep. I only want the figures I do not have in the retro collection. I have the original board game. Why would I bother just for Tarkin? Exactly, Lucas. That's a great point. That is Drake. The singer of the RetroBlasting theme song is in the credits of every single RetroBlasting video. His name's Dolph Amick, and he wrote the theme song for RetroBlasting that we use to this day. Whose lightsaber is my favorite? That would be Luke's lightsaber from The Empire Strikes Back. A close second would be his lightsaber, the version 2, as they call it, which is actually the hero from Return of the Jedi, the beaten up saber from Return of the Jedi that he uses through the bulk of the film. I like Luke's 2 lightsabers the best. Ever think about doing a video how lightsabers and blasters have encouraged us to become cosplayers as adults? No, I hadn't thought of that, but it's a good idea. Yeah, Ian, we have the TARDIS ourselves, and it's great. It's a great set. It's a great set. Let's see. Do you have the $6 million man Venus probe? No, I don't. Not opposed to owning it though. Would you ever do a show on 70s toys like the Micronauts? Yes, as soon as I have some. Is the Fantastic Four franchise dead? Good question. Now that Disney's bought Fox, maybe not. Star Wars vehicles are my favorite things. I see no issue with premium gigantic size, but I do mind that we don't have any good mainline ships. That is true. Do you like Superman 2 or Superman 2 the Donner cut? Ron. Superman 2 the Donner cut has the better scenes, but Superman 2 is the finished film. Superman 2 the Donner cut will never be a finished movie, sad to say. So I have to go with Superman 2 as it is, although that's regrettable. Yeah. Okay. All right, Knight of Ren, I'll send you those photos, man. Or possibly not a man. Sorry about that. I assumed. My apologies. What was your first toy you bought yourself with your pocket money? That would have been probably a G.I. Joe or maybe the Mask Piranha, something like that. Maybe. I can't remember. Oh, thank you, Pete. Yeah, look, I'm not a culture war here. I do nostalgia. I do nostalgia with objectivity. Like, I'm not going to sit here and just be that guy that's like, everything's awesome all the time. Every video is about this latest awesome thing. Because guess what? If you're doing that, then where's the value in what you're saying? So yeah, I try and do nostalgia with no rose-colored glasses, but I'm not interested in getting involved in this larger pop culture battle that's going on. 1975 to 1993 is our sweet spot, and that's where we play with a little bit, out here and a little bit out here, and occasionally I'll talk about some other stuff, but no, we try and keep it, like you said, we try and keep this a special place, not a safe space, but a special space. Let's all remember how tough we were as kids in the 80s, and keep that toughness with us in the now, but that doesn't mean we have to be jerks to one another. I'm not trying to get on a soapbox. Being nice is free, and there's nothing ever wrong with being nice. Okay. Let's see. Ever have a toy you bought as a kid that broke soon after it was opened? Yeah. I'm trying to remember which one it was. The Bespin control room from the Micro Collection. That one broke as soon as I opened it. The window hinges broke. Trying to think. My Peter Venkman's Proton Stream broke. Had to take that back. My Batman Toy Biz from the movie, his retractable belt wouldn't retract, so I had to take that back to Kmart. Yeah. Yeah, Christopher, we'll be doing some more Super Robot toys down the line. Yep, we will be. Thank you. I would love to collect some Soviet block toys. Thank you for the kind words. I haven't considered it yet, but I would not be opposed to doing so. Let's see. I have a Kenner Star Wars themed calendar for Christmas. Yeah, I think vintage Star Wars toys are becoming more prominent these days. It's because people are getting sick of all the other stuff. Alpha, I did not see the yellow lightsaber explanation from Disney. I didn't see that. I'd be interested to know. I didn't see it. Yeah, John, I do like the Kenner $6 Million Man figures. Let's see. Well, Pete, I would love to own a 35 millimeter of Empire more than Star Wars itself, but I wouldn't turn that one down. Let's see. Best find ever, SDF-1 playset from Robotech. That's the best find ever. Yes, Ninth Planet. I have considered a life-size TARDIS. I would love to have one. I'd also love a life-size K9. Who would I like to see as the next Batman? Ooh, gosh. No idea. Have you ever sent anything out to be revac metal plated? No, but I'm about to. I'm about to send out a R2D2, vintage R2D2 head to get replated, and it is a little nerve-wracking. Haven't seen Captain Marvel yet, Aped, so can't really give you an opinion of it yet. I will be watching it, though. I might not watch it in the theater because I wait for those on disc. I like sitting at my house and watching in my screening room. I have not seen the restoration of... I've seen the restoration of Brando's One-Eye Jack, but I haven't seen the movie. I've just seen the trailer. Favorite game on NES? Faxanadu? Does that sound right? Mega Man 1? That one's high up there. Yeah, I have seen the Rogue One Imperial Combat Assault Tank. Don't know how big it is yet, so I'm going to wait and see what it looks like before I give an opinion. Let's see. And I burped again because I did. Sorry. Oh my gosh, I've been on the live chat for 2.5 hours. Can I keep going? I don't know. Let's see. I didn't see those Blue Hero. I didn't see the lightsaber molds for Luke and Obi-Wan's invaders that Hasbro used before they adapted them. I'd be interested in seeing those. My favorite Lego classic space set is probably this Galaxy Explorer behind me. It's really, really awesome. Let's see. Let's see. I've seen those Solo movie cardboard play sets. At least they're trying some play sets. I hope they do well so that they'll actually make plastic ones. Mr. Funiverse. Yeah, that's right. I have heard of Ultraman, Dan. I like Ultraman. I just haven't done much with it yet. Yes, Sammy, there will be more than a few Doctor Who RetroBlasting videos. Yeah, my studio's had some upgrades. Oh, Aaron, that's you. Aaron Harper from the Dreamland podcast. Yeah, okay, thanks. You tricked me, and I won't forget that. Yeah, the SDF-1, Scott, that is a Grail find for sure. Planet Ripple's Lego Rewind series. Oh, I'll have to go check that out, Ninth Planet. Thank you for the heads up. Yeah, I am looking forward to the new Avengers movie, John. I am. I wish someone would do some collections of figures from Roger Corman films. You mean like Toxic Avenger? No, wait, that's Trauma. Yeah, that's Trauma. Never mind. Let's see. Yeah, you'd like to see collections of like Star Crash and stuff like that. Battle Beyond the Stars, things like that. Yeah, that'd be fun to see toys from that. No, I won't be getting a Hasbro sail barge. So, yes, I've watched all of the Tom Baker episodes, and I've watched a ton of 3, 5, and I'm digging my way into 7, 6 right now. I've watched a little bit of 2 and a little bit of 1. I've watched a lot of 3, of course, because Pertwee's the man. Pertwee gives Roger Moore a run for his money as far as owning the 70s. I think that's fair to say. Let's see. This is a Heil mic. This is a Heil mic. So, what do I think of the Mego Star Trek line from the 70s? I think it's awesome. Yeah, I know about the Lego Back to the Future sets. I don't have them. Jelly babies are kind of like jelly beans and gummy bears put together. They're this glorious fusion of the two candies. More on the jelly bean side. I mean true jelly beans. So, let's see. Did you see the picture of Sean Pertwee? No, I'd love to. That sounds awesome, Bunyan. I bet you he looks amazing. Favorite Tom Baker outfit is season 12. I actually am getting a replica together of his outfit from season 12 at great cost because I just love season 12 with Tom Baker. That red fine corduroy burgundy sport coat, shooting jacket with the cardigan and the green tie. That with the hat, that's my speed all the way. Kyle, I would say that soft goods looks good for vintage, but plastic sculpt looks better for modern. Yeah, because the scaling issues with the soft goods can really be thrown off. You're welcome. You're welcome. I will always be authentic, man. I will always be authentic. We pride ourselves here on not being shadow marketers, and I don't suffer corporate fools. I mean, I won't, and I can't. I mean, I just don't have the DNA to kiss butt and make a deal. Oh yeah, I'll review your loot crates. It's I can't do it. It makes me sick. It really does. So, the thing that these companies have to start understanding is that the customer, you guys, us, we are the most important voices. They've gotten it all backwards in the last few years. Well, the customer's just going to eat what we feed it. And it's like, no, it doesn't work that way. And you're not going to sit there and hold access over me to get me to step in line as a content creator, user generated content creator. I'm not going to do it. And if you want to play ball with me, then you're going to have to accept that. And to their credit, Super 7, when they sent me those Planet of the Apes figures, I told them point blank, I said, I will not make any deals with you about what I'm going to say about this. And they said, okay. And I respect them for that. I don't know of other movie studios or toy makers or people selling products that would. Super 7 has my respect for that, for saying, no, we just want you to say what you want to say about these. We just, salute to them for being authentic as well in that moment, honestly. Thanks, Ninth Planet. Appreciate it. Let's see. Would you be interested in seeing Hasbro make modern characters in a retro style? Sure. Let's see. Pertwee is the Austin Powers doctor in a good way. Yeah, there was an Instagram post of me, or it was a Facebook post of me wearing Tom Baker's red jacket. Oh, no, the Instagram post was me with Tom Baker's red jacket. Yeah, I did a Facebook post where I was wearing more of the outfit that I've pulled together. Yeah, I've heard about that, Pete, the 4K restoration. Yes, I am interested in the Diamond Selectron figures. They're from Kingdom Hearts line. Are they stylized to look like Disney animated? If they're stylized to look like Disney animation, then would you ever consider reviewing other anime from the era? Yes, I want to and will. Do you have a favorite Marvel movie? Yes, Captain America: The Winter Soldier is my favorite Marvel movie. Favorite Fourth Doctor story episode is probably Ark in Space or Pyramids of Mars. Or, yes, I do love Planet of Evil, and I don't care what people think about that. It is great. I also love Android Invasion. I also love Seeds of Doom. I like a lot of them. Genesis of the Daleks is great. I mean, they're just some great stories. I love Invasion of Time. Is that the one? Is that the one with Leela and him and K9? Whatever one that one is. I love that one. Let's see. Yeah, Brain of Morbius is great. Yeah, you're right. Customers need to learn how to use their power as customers. You're right, Mike. They do. Let's see. Yeah, when cereal boxes had them, had toys in them, those were the days. Yeah, Guts, it is weird. It's weird that it was popular, to be strong in cartoons in the 80s. And that's kind of what I was getting at way back at the beginning of the channel, when I got into all that hot water over my Thundercats position. And I said at the time, I was like, we were taught that Superman, guys like Superman and He-Man, they all had a through line, which was you put yourself on the line to go in and save other people, to help other people. You are one person trying to do the right thing. And it doesn't matter if other people won't follow you. You do the right thing because it's right. It doesn't matter if you're outnumbered. It doesn't matter if nobody else will help you. If you've never seen High Noon with Gary Cooper, watch it. And that was my problem with Thundercats, was that Lion-O is this guy who, like, the moment he gets into trouble, which he usually causes on his own, he calls for help. He doesn't go in to save other people. He calls for everybody else to come save him. That was my fundamental philosophical problem with Thundercats. And yet that seems to be the beginning of the shift towards cartoons changing the way they did things. Now, I didn't have a problem with teams. I like teams like Voltron and, the Transformers were a team. But even within that, you had Optimus Prime, who was like, yeah, I have a team of good guys with me, but, even if they're not behind me, or if they are, and I don't want to put them at risk, I'm going to go in on my own, I'm made of sterner stuff, and I'm going to go in and solve the problem. I mean, we need heroes. There's nothing wrong with being a hero. And that's what I like about my myths. That's what I like about my cartoons. I want to see that more often. And that was my problem with Thundercats at the time. But don't hate me for saying that. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm not personally attacking anyone for liking Thundercats. Everybody needs to be 80s strong. Be 80s tough. We all grew up in the 80s, for God's sakes. Let's stop getting mad because somebody else doesn't like something. Oh no, I don't like Thundercats. Flame him on the internet. Really? Really? So, Yeah, I guess the stream is going kind of strong, Mr. Funiverse. That's okay. Planet of Evil is underrated, Mike. It is. Yeah, Blue Hero. I have Tom Baker's sonic screwdriver. I got it from Rubber Toe. I regret nothing. James D. I haven't seen their crowdfunding for Four Horsemen, but Four Horsemen is a great figure company. So yeah, I can't wait to see what they produce. Oh, they look like the movie. The Kingdom Hearts Tron figures look like the movie. Oh, good. Well, then I'd be interested. I haven't reviewed the vintage Flash Gordon line yet. Sorry, I haven't done that yet, but I will. I've got a few figures from it. Let's see. Have you met a Doctor Who actor? I walked by Louise Jameson once. I walked by her once. I met Catherine Tate and got her autograph, who played Donna Noble. I've met John Barrowman, who played Jack Harkness, and I've met Karen Gillan, who played Amy Pond. So I've met a few. I haven't met them all. Peter Capaldi and Matt Smith have walked by me, but that was before I was into Who. I knew who they were, and I knew they were Doctor Who, but it didn't, I was like, oh. And Alex Kingston, who played River Song, she's walked by me. Yeah, Steven, that was the last Leela story. I love that one. I love Cowboy Bebop. We'll eventually do something about it. No, I'm not looking forward to Thundercats Roar. That is the perfect blend of a story I don't like with animation styles I don't like. Yes, Dan, I have played Quake. Yes, Retro Toy Universe. Tom Baker is the best Doctor of all time. That's right. That's right, Mike. Stand strong. 80 strong. That's right. I hate Lion-O. Caused me nothing but grief, so you're good by me. Have you bought any other Solar Chogokin figures besides Voltron? We wanted to get Voltes 5, but he was so expensive, we didn't pull the trigger on him. But I will be getting Die Rugger, so the vehicle Voltron. Oh, good. I'm glad that you found our channel through that. Yeah, we'll be doing another Thundercats Redux here soon. I will try to go out for a pint, man. I really will. Let's see. Oh, you met Nick Courtney? Wow, dude, that's awesome, Bunyan. I'm jealous. Yeah, I like the Daleks. I do. I mean, they're not my favorite villains necessarily. I mean, I like Davros a lot. Yeah, I do like Godzilla. Oh, good. I'm glad we came up on autoplay, Funiverse. That's encouraging. I love Space 1999. Smart show. Wish it lasted longer. I prefer the original Johnny Quest. I prefer the original. Oh, Brent Spiner, Data? Huh, cool. I didn't grow up in the 80s. I was born in 1998. Is it weird how I like 80s things? No, it's not, Night of Ren. I love 40s things. I wasn't even alive in the 40s. So it's not, it's sometimes you're just an older soul. There's nothing wrong with that. You can't, look, nobody gets to pick when they were born. So don't ever hold it against someone that they were born in a certain time. That's the true definition of gatekeeping. Like, I can't stand it when someone's like, well, you weren't alive when the original Star Wars was out, therefore your opinion doesn't count. It's like, no, your opinion doesn't count if you're saying that a Star Wars movie that you like is the best one ever when you haven't seen the original Star Wars. That's when your opinion doesn't count. So if you were born after the 80s, but you're learned about that stuff and you teach yourself history, then you're in good shape. Always be learning, always be teaching yourself things about the past, because there was a life before all of us lived it. I mean, there was a life before us. Learn about it. The next panel I'll be doing is a panel at North Carolina Toy Con about Action Man. Yeah, Matt, I would love to see a new Thundar the Barbarian line. And that panel is going to be in April. So I'll be posting it sometime mid-April. Favorite Mospeda new generation character is Rook Bartley, Dagan. Rook Bartley is my favorite Mospeda character. Thank you, Laugh It Up, Fuzzball. I haven't seen you in forever. Where have you been? Where have you been? Kruger, if you go on our website, if you go on our YouTube channel and you go to the playlist, you can see all the conventions we do, because we've filmed all the presentations and they have the name of all the cons. Please go to our channel page and look up our videos. Don't just wait for YouTube to send them your way in the recommended. Please go to our channel page and look at our video library. That's the fastest way where you can get answers to questions like that. Because we've been to a lot of different conventions. Yes, she's the same one that plays Nebula. Yeah. And she was in Jumanji. Yes, The Thing did give me nightmares in college when I saw it. That's how scary it was. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, Knights of Ren. Did you ever see Starfleet with Die X? No one ever mentions it. No, I haven't seen that, Matt. Haven't seen that. Be interested to see it though. Well, Pete, I have. Chatted with WCB. I don't have a problem with them. I really like Jeff. I don't have a problem with what they're doing. What I'm saying is they have a strong opinion about the way that the entertainment world has gone, of which I share many of their conclusions. We come to the same conclusions from different paths. And I don't begrudge them their paths towards those same conclusions. So don't misunderstand. I don't have a problem with differences of opinion from the other side as well, provided people aren't hypocritical. And I don't think Jeff is a hypocrite at all. I think he has a very strong position on what he's talking about. But as far as me not being part of the culture war, it's not that I don't like what's going on out there or think people don't have a right to do that or whatever. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people out there on both sides fighting that fight right now. And RetroBlasting didn't start by doing that. Our channel didn't begin in that cauldron. It began doing the stuff that we're known for doing, which is the toys and everything like that. So that's what we're going to continue to do, are the toys, because that's why our audience is here. But we're always going to do them the way we've always done, which is an objective, non-markety way. We're not going to sell out, and we're not going to be fake, and we're not going to, make deals. We're going to say it like it is. And I think that's why guys like Jeff reach out to us sometimes to ask, me to be on his show, is because we're both straight shooters in different lanes. Like he's very authentic and credible in his lane, which is the entertainment industry, the movie industry. And I'm over here in toys and nostalgia, kind of doing the same thing. So, I don't know if that makes sense or not. Yeah. So let's see. Milo and Otis, greatest movie of all time. I mean, sure, for somebody, yeah. Let's see. 60s Time Machine is my New Year's Eve movie. That's a good one. Let's see. He-Man character. I answered that, Tara, earlier. It's a Ninjor, Stratos, Skeletor, and Zodak. Let's see. Yeah, Mike, you're always going to beat me on the number of people you've met. You met Liz Sladen, and that already, man, for who I'd have given anything to have met Liz Sladen, but it's never going to be. So you win. You will always win on that one. And I know it's not a competition, but I just want to tell you, I'm super, super jealous in a good way that you got to meet her. Let's see. Yes, Ryan, I will be talking about this custom Han Solo trooper this week in a video. I just had it here to preview it. Let's see. Well, KJ, I was into classic Lego as a kid briefly. So I thought I'd talk about the space Legos I was into. Let's see here. Ron, I appreciate you taking a huge chunk out of your day to answer the questions of your fans. You're welcome. You're very welcome. You're always welcome. Comrade Mandalore, can someone explain what is going on? We're having a live stream, and I'm answering people's questions in the live stream about the things that they want to know about the channel and stuff and waffles. Let's see. Yeah, KJ, that's the whole thing. It's like it's just a balance. It's a balance, and I don't think certain things need to be politicized anyway. I think that's the other problem, is the politicalization of things has gotten tiresome, and it's gotten too acrimonious. I think we need to be talking about things on their own merits. Let's see. If you could be immortalized in an action figure, what company era style would you like? Fisher Price Adventure Person, Mego, Kenner, G.I. Joe. I would love to be immortalized in the Adventures of Indiana Jones Kenner style, where I kind of have bendable knees and I can ride a horse, but I've also got like a whip arm. No, I'm kidding. But something with that level of detail. So let's see. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. I do not, like I said, I do not begrudge anybody out there who's doing what they do, and I have great respect for everybody out there who's trying to find level ground with all this. But that's not what RetroBlasting is about. So, thanks, Russell. Yeah, this is a Heil microphone. So, let's see. Do I have a favorite Mandalorian besides the Fets? Not really. I think Boba Fett is my favorite Mandalorian because he was the first. I mean, I do like Jodo Cast, but I think he was a poser, wasn't he? He just wore the armor. Let's see. Do you know when Jabba's new playset is coming? Yeah, I guess it's this. I guess it's this week or something like that, or not this week, this year, something like that. So let's see. Did I miss something from Guts? Did I miss something from you? I saw you pulled a message down, so I don't. But anyway, let's see. If you have something you want to tell me, let me know. Let's see. Robbie the Robot, Gort, C3PO, R2D2. Yeah, I would love to do a thing about robots. I mean, it's just a matter of time and everything else. Yeah, that's right, Jumpin' Jim Flash. You're back and I'm still here. Oh. Yeah, I would love to have met Liz Sladen, man. I would love to have met her. She's captured something in my creative soul, and I can't shake it. Let's see. And I didn't know her. I knew her. I knew of her before her death, but I was not watching Doctor Who then. So thanks, Alejandro. I won't. And I love that Roton video. My favorite thing about that Roton video, by the way, I got to tell you, was after I posted it, there were so many people who were like, so where's the review for the Roton? And I went, well, that is the review. And they're like, yeah, but it's not. Thank you, Mad Dino. Appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. And I said, but that is the review. The Roton only needs 90 seconds. It should be reviewed this way. And they're like, oh, well, I thought maybe you'd talk about it. I'm like, no. Think about it. This is the review. And they were like, oh okay. I do love waffles myself, Wildstar. God, I wish I had some waffles right now. I should probably have dinner. Maybe I should think about ending the live stream. But there's 271 people here. What should I do? Let's see. Yeah, Velocelot. I love the fact that they're doing it. I just wish it wasn't in a board game. I wish Tarkin wasn't trapped in a board game that I'd have to buy. That's a really bad idea. Let's see. Is it interesting to collect Peppa Pig figures for the future? I'm not sure what those are, Joopy. Thank you, Kirk. Appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. If you hyped out about this new Midway movie coming out, let's see. I didn't know there was a new Midway movie coming out. Now I'm hyped. Mort. Dang it. I need some fish and chips and waffles. That sounds gross, but it sounds so good right now. Bring the camera to the dinner table. I'll consider it. Have I earned waffles, Mike? Maybe I've earned waffles. Retro Wrestling Games. Can you do your Skeletor voice? I want waffles, and I want fish and chips, and I'll eat them with Merman in the mountain, and it will be amazing. Let's see. Oh, Matt, dude, great job on getting the job. I hope it goes well. Keep me posted. Yeah, I hope to see you in England, maybe, if we can make that work out. Okay. Is Star Wars Follies 14 only going to discuss the Graflex lightsaber? No. It's going to be much broader than that, but it's not going to be a long Follies. The longer Follies is coming in Star Wars Follies 15, which I'm not going to tell you what that is. Ha 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 ha. So, let's see. Oh, I can have Broken Vader take over for me. Well, he's not going to have much to say. Will I ever come to Connecticut? Well, Mad Dino, I bought my DeLorean in Connecticut. So that was before the channel existed, but I came to Connecticut, bought a DeLorean, and drove it home. So Connecticut is a special state for me. Let's see. Do you collect variant figures from other countries? Occasionally, I do with Action Force, and I have with certain figures for vintage Star Wars, like certain paint colors, stuff like this. Do I take calls? Is there a way to call? I don't know. Is there? Huh. I'm not sure. You guys are hearing me okay, right? Like the volume's good, like everything's good. Okay, just making sure because I want to make sure that the volume is good on this because it's gonna be here for a while. Let's see. You're welcome, Stephen. Thank you for the kind words. We try to be real, and I appreciate what you're saying. Yeah, we're going to be here for the long haul. We're going to be here for a long time. Assuming that, I'm able to keep my studio and stuff. So I really like to do this full time. I'd like to quit my day job and just do this full time, but I've got to get the numbers up to a certain place where it can support that. That would be my ideal, is to do this full time, all the time, 24/7. So maybe one day. Pete, good point. I agree with you. Wildstar, I'm going to ignore my craving for waffles. All right. Well, let's see how long I can hold out. Oh, Mike. Mike Ippolito just did a super chat. Oh, cool. You picked up the Fourth Doctor regenerated in TARDIS. You won't be disappointed. It's awesome, dude. It's great. My day job, Pi, I work at I do internal communications for a company here in Atlanta. Like I build their newsletters and build videos for employee messages and stuff like that. I mean, it's good work, but it's not something I want to do as a dream job. Let's see. Yeah, Jose, you don't want to do that in chronological order either. My recommendation, I don't know where you want to start, whether it's classic or modern. But if you wanted to, if you're more into modern stuff, you could start with Christopher Eccleston, the Ninth Doctor. But if you are okay with retro sci-fi like I am, look, the cheesier the special effects, the more I love it. The more low budget it is, the more I love it. So like I would start with, the third or the fourth Doctor, if you don't mind old school sci-fi. Yeah, I've seen the anime Star Wars Clone Wars. Yeah, I've seen it. It was good. Yeah, now you're just bragging you were in the TARDIS of the BBC. I'm jealous. I do like pancakes. Pancakes are good. The worst Doctor Who story I've ever watched. The best one, I love Ark in Space. I love Pyramids of Mars. The worst one? Oh man. The Twin Dilemma. It's not very good. God, I'd have to go back and check. I can't even think of them all. Ron, music reviews. You might want to check out the Dreamland podcast. That's Melinda and Aaron's YouTube, or Melinda and Aaron's podcast arm of RetroBlasting. They've talked about musical acts and music history there. It's not something that lends itself to a lot of video work, but they're able to talk about it on the podcast. Worst trend in modern toys is no vehicles, no play sets, poor distribution, high prices. Yep. Let's see. Five Doctors story is a good jumping on point. That is true. Five Doctors is good. Thank you, Exy Blues. I appreciate that. I'm glad that there are people out there. That's why I love this community so much that we've built up over the last 6 years, because it seems like it's a bunch of people who understand that we can watch things and disagree and actually enjoy the good-natured disagreement. You know, we're not sitting here taking a disagreement as a personal punch to the face. You know, and I feel like not to put too much pretension on it, but sometimes I really do feel like the retro blasting community is actually like, we're smaller, but we're smarter. You know, like we're just more mature. We're 80s tough is what we are. And I'm proud to be just one member of that community. I'm just one part of it. I just happen to be the part of it that has the camera. But you guys always show your best. You guys always show your best, and you know, you make this place what it is. And if it wasn't for you guys, there'd be no retroblasting. There'd be nothing. So thumbs up to you. Salute to you. So let's see. Have you ever checked out the Realm of the Underworld toy line? Yes, I have. Interesting toy line. Very interesting. Well, we'll be doing anything for St. Patrick's Day. Probably just hanging out. Yeah, just staying out of trouble. If you've seen anything early 70s British sci-fi show Blake 7. Yeah, I haven't. I've only seen some of it. I want to see all of it, but I haven't seen all of Blake 7 yet. But I want to see it. TV show or movie had your favorite special effects? Well, movie would be Empire Strikes Back for best special effects. TV shows best special effects. Airwolf, Knight Rider, hard to say. Well, Star Trek. Pick a Star Trek. Those always had the best special effects. Let's see. Oh yeah, Ronan, Hand of Fear. Eldrad Must Live. Eldrad Must Live. Ellis, I will be doing a video at some point on robotics. That will happen. It does include Crockett Tough, Pete. Does include Crockett Tough. Wear those leather shoes without socks. Go for it. Yeah, Genesis of the Daleks is a great one, James. It's a great one. I haven't seen Super 7's He-Man movie figures. I haven't seen those. But yeah, Automan and Manimal. Yep, two lost classics. They died before their time. They died too young. I haven't seen the 1986 Robotech movie yet. I have it in the collection. I haven't watched it yet. Did Ice Pirates ever have a toy line? No, I don't think it did. I didn't really get a lot of exposure to Legends of the Cthulhu toy line. Jack. The answer to that question is top secret for reasons that go beyond this live stream. Let's see. Did you ever see the Star Trek ripoff Quark? No, I did not. Oh yeah, and Street Hawk 2 for sure. Street Hawk 2. Cute Fluff. The problem is that there's no more Indiana Jones Kenner to talk about. There's nothing left to say. So, as much as I wish there was something left to say, there's nothing left to say. So, maybe Indiana Jones figures will appear in other videos. I'm sure they will when I do Legend of the Lone Ranger. They'll pop up in that. But as far as talking about them and them alone, yeah, probably not. Saturday Morning Fan, good question. Indiana Jones was primed for a cartoon and they just fumbled it. I don't know why that was. Probably a licensing issue. Thank you, Jen She Fox 2 for the live for the super chat. Yes, I will review Macross Do You Remember Love? I have watched it and I will review it at some point. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate the question. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm into the third hour. Melinda's going to kill me. All right. I have got to sign off because otherwise I'm not going to get dinner and Melinda's going to wonder why I was up here the whole time or down here in the studio when I should be upstairs helping her with dinner. So I'm going to go. I just wanted to check in with everybody and I really appreciate everybody being here on the super chat. Videos coming this week. We're going to have the next episode of Who's the Doctor. We're going to have a review of this custom Han Stormtrooper. I'm going to be finishing up Star Wars Follies 14. So there's a lot coming down the pipeline. Lego, Space Legos is coming up, and a Doctor Who collaboration is coming up as well. So you guys have a great night. Love all of you. Thank you all for being here. And please keep sharing the videos. Please keep that bell, the notification bell clicked. Please, thank you for being subscribers. And we'll see you on the next video. I'll talk to you guys later. See ya. Yeah, thanks, Chris. I am feeling well. I am feeling a lot better. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Scary. Thank you, everybody. Thanks, everyone.